Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show. 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. Listen online, the website that rocks, that's KMOD.com. Past shows are available on iTunes. Search under BMMS. Listen with your cell phone. Get the iHeartRadio app, available from the app store of your cell phone provider. More on that at iHeartRadio.com. And we're on Facebook, facebook.com/BMMS69. That's where you can hang out with us each and every day. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Corbin.
Good morning, Gimpy.
Well, good morning.
Tickets to see Aerosmith. They're going to be at the BOK Center on November 4th with the Black Crowes. We're going to see what Gimpy wants to talk about. Conspiracy Theory Thursday. Mike Malega from the Tulsa Drillers is going to join us, talk sports. And our top list today, worst foods ever. I'll bet you can't guess mine. And we're qualifying people for Harley Days of May. I have such a light shade on gray. Jennifer Link of Chakota got qualified. Jennifer's now in the running to win a 100th anniversary Harley-Davidson Dyna-Wide Glide from Steel Horse Motorcycles, which is inside Oklahoma Outdoor World, just off Route 66 in Sapulpa. You get to qualify every hour today.
Hell yeah!
So make sure you're listening. A cue will play, and you can get qualified. We're going to be out live tomorrow.
Boom.
Los Cabos, Cinco de Mayo. What's your go-to at Los Cabos, Lindsay?
My go-to, anything. I like it all.
Just give me the whole
Honestly.
menu.
Right? Like, you can't go wrong.
Sure.
Burrito. I usually get tacos, though, to be honest.
So
'cause
tacos
it's
are your
easy.
go-to.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's easiest.
Gimpy?
Chimichanga, man, all day, every day, with a side of queso that's got the chorizo on the inside.
Yeah, queso with either the seasoned meat or chorizo.
Mm.
I don't hate fondito, but I like queso. Fondito is the
Okay.
it's where the chunk of cheese is put in the little skillet thing,
Uh-huh.
and it's super stringy.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds delicious.
Yeah, I don't like it because it gets warm, it cools down, and then
Oh.
it's like a chunk.
Right,
Mhm.
right. It's like when you're making homemade nachos, you put the shredded cheese on top of your chips.
Yeah.
You pop it in the microwave, and then you just got one mega cheese chip.
Yeah,
I get you, man. Queso cheese dip should be loose, liquidy, not like runny or anything, because you want it kind of thick, but at the same time, it shouldn't be stringy like that.
yeah, it's good if you can eat it fast.
Mhm.
And I also I don't know if they still have it there at Los Cabos, but they had the breaded chicken that's stuffed with chorizo and jalapeno.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good. And they
Sounds
cover it in
delicious.
queso.
Anything smothered in
Yeah.
cheese is always better.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Taco Tuesdays on a Friday this week. That's faux show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Because Cinco de Mayo. We'll be out broadcasting live in Jinx, and we'll be there from 5 to 7 for the annual Cinco de Mayo block party that happens at all their locations.
Mhm.
We're just going to be at the one in Jinx. Yeah, Mexican food's good.
No kidding.
I was just looking at their menu to see if they still had that chicken that you speak of,
Yeah.
but I have no idea what it's called. So I guess I'm just looking for what oil. Oil.
I hope you find it because that sounds really
It's
good.
super good.
Eh?
And I don't love jalapenos,
Mhm.
but it's diced up just enough that it's not too much.
The flavor of jalapenos is great.
Mhm.
The heat behind it, the seeds that cause that with the capsaicin, not so much. But that's just me getting older. I can't do spicy like I used to. I used to be that guy that would sit
Sad,
down
isn't it?
with a jar of jalapenos, right? Like a jar of pickles, but a jar of jalapenos. And I
Yeah.
just eat the whole thing without any problems.
That's what our top list should be as foods. Oh, I just can't eat
I
anymore.
can't do that.
gosh.
Save that for next week.
Oh, it's just food. I can't do that anymore. That's not going to work for me.
Right.
Yeah, their Mexico City tacos are awesome.
Well, you just can't go wrong with tacos. in
I know.
general.
You really can't.
Taco, my taco flavor kisses.
Hmm.
Polo con chorizo.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yep.
Oh, well, I'm glad you figured it out.
For you gringos, that is chicken with chorizo. speak a little, un poquito.
Right. Got the basic gist of it down.
Yeah, see.
Boyo, polo,
See.
whatever.
There's some people doing work at my house, and one of them showed up on the weekend. And like I said, I know just enough to be dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, I should say this. I know enough to just say it wrong. And I think it's important to try.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just trying. If I get it wrong, then I get it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And so he showed up. It was Sunday. He was there. And I was like, Descasado? And he looked at me like I just taken a dump in my driveway. I was like, Descasado. And he goes, shakes his head. I thought that meant like no lazy days.
Oh, what's it mean?
Like no lazy day. I don't know. But later he walked like he was leaving and said goodbye. And he goes, Descasado. Just shook his head and walked away. And I was like,
ay, Dios mío.
Sorry. I should have done that. Yeah. I was like, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Lo siento.
Yeah. I tried.
Yeah.
My nephew, he's 8, 9. He speaks perfect Spanish. And so they'll go out to eat and he'll speak Spanish at, the Mexican restaurant or whatever. And they're always like, dang, like they're so impressed. And then he'll go, I'm done talking in Spanish.
Cute.
So funny to me.
He about halfway through the order or whatever and switch right back.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, for sure. But, if you'd like to, unless you're Descasado, then you can show up at our Los Cabos remote.
But we're not even really sure what that means.
No.
So you might want to check that.
Listen, if you're taking Spanish lessons from Corbin,
right,
then you need your head checked.
Sounds like you're offering someone a beer. Right. Like a Dos Equis or something.
Yeah. Anyway, so Mexican food. I'm totally derailed. That's not even like what was on my list of things to even want to talk about or bring up. What did I have here? Oh, I was looking up because I saw a picture of Homelander. And somebody was like, hell, Homelander's not returning to season 4 of The Boys. For those who don't know, The Boys is a TV show on Amazon Prime based off a graphic novel where superheroes are not super. Yes, they have special skills that make them elite humans,
right? But
they are horrible individuals.
Super douchers is more like it instead of superheroes?
No moral compass. Mm-hmm. And all the superheroes are owned by a corporation. And then that corporation has a brand, and then they do movies and energy drinks, and like it feels real.
Yeah.
And they're even a part of the government, and it's just it's messy. Mm-hmm. And there's these civilians. One of the main characters of the show starts, and I'm not giving anything away. His girlfriend is killed by a superhero, which puts him on a path to want to get revenge on an individual who's a super. And he then teams up with this other guy who's also not a good human being, but he's fighting they're called Supes, fighting the Supes. Anyway, one of the main characters who has a resemblance to Superman, his name is Homelander, and he is, he's a piece of work.
Yes, he is.
He's you almost like him, and then he does something really, really bad, and you're like, damn, man.
Right.
And one of the Supes has decided this is all bad, and she's trying to turn and help. Anyway, so that's the concept of the show. And in season 4, Negan, not as Negan,
right?
He is now going to be a character. It's unclear of what role he's playing on the show.
That's interesting.
But I think he has to be like a griffy, like bad dude, right?
Yeah.
He has to. I mean, that's what he has been known for the past 10 years.
Yeah,
10 years.
Jeffrey
He's so good
Dean
at it.
Morgan, I think.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Mm-hmm. He's been Negan for 10 years.
I want to say that. I mean,
how many seasons has Walking
it's got to be
Dead been
5, a lot, but he hasn't been on from the beginning. It's got to be 5. He hasn't been on since the beginning. It's got to be 5.
At least since the 3rd season.
Ooh.
Yeah, right?
I don't think so. I want to say halfway because they needed like a revival.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you find?
2016 to 2022, so 4, 5, 6 years. That's how long Jeffrey Dean Morgan's been part of the Walking Dead. Of course, when he was brought onto the Walking
That's 8
Dead.
years.
Yeah.
What?
4, 5, 6.
16 to 23?
22 is
to 22
this year.
Sorry, I thought you said 23.
Nah, we're stupid.
Yeah.
All of us.
Yeah, but still, he's been the point is that he's been Negan for the past at least 6 years, 7 years, whatever, however long, and that's all we know him as. That's all we know him as a bad dude.
Yeah.
He's had other good guy parts.
Sure.
I think he was a good guy when he had that small role on Grey's Anatomy umpteen years ago. Yeah.
What?
What do you mean? What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Grey's Anatomy? That just kind of felt like a left turn from you.
Well, that was one of Jeffrey Dean Morgan's roles. He was one of the doctor's boyfriends or something like that. That chick that played Knocked Up. What's her name?
A lot of information about Grey's
Catherine
Anatomy.
Heigl.
Yeah, Catherine Heigl. I think it was his. She was his girlfriend or whatever, dying in the hospital. Like left some money.
I think he was on like 2 or 3
Yeah. He
episodes. It was
he
not
wasn't a main character, but he had a big part in that and his small little roles that he did. But that was the last time when he came on as Negan. That's what I remembered him from. I was like, it's that guy from Grey's Anatomy. How about that?
I'm just kind of put on my heels because I feel like Grey's Anatomy would be more of a me thing or a Lindsay thing and not a Gimpy thing. So
it's not. It's far from it. I only remember that because my ex used to watch it religiously. And when you only got the one TV, that's what you're kind of stuck watching. So I watched it with her. And you know how stupid stuff just sticks in your brain sometimes? That's one of them.
Yeah. Didn't he turn good guy though at the end of Walking Dead?
I mean, for the most part, but he's still looked at
Mm-hmm.
as that asshole bad guy Negan, even though
they keep him at an arm's distance.
Yeah. You see him turn, you see him change, trying to be a decent guy and trying to help and not be that old person. But once you see somebody smash one of the main characters' head with a baseball bat and they turn all Rocky from the mask on us, you kind of look at him as like he's just a bad dude all the way around.
Yeah.
And you're just waiting for that moment that he goes back to being an asshole.
Somebody texted in, Jeffrey Dean Morgan isn't in The Boys. Hi, welcome to the show. You're joining late. He's joining season 4.
He will be there eventually.
I wonder if he'll bring Lucille.
Probably not, Lindsay.
It'd be kind of cool though if he had something like that.
No, I don't.
As his weapon.
Ross referencing.
Yeah, no.
That's just too much.
Yeah. No, that if they do that, that is total jumping the shark.
Yeah.
I'll be done with it. I don't want that. I don't want my listen. Reese's peanut butter is awesome. That's about the only instance I can think of. I don't like those things cross-referencing like that. I have a hard enough time keeping up with shows. And then you add and then I'm like, well, wait, is he, which version of Negan would we be getting?
Right. It makes sense for like The Walking Dead and the Fear of the Walking Dead to cross streams like that.
Totally.
It's the same platform. It's the exact same show.
Same story.
Same storyline. Exactly. But for The Boys, something just way out of left field like that. It's like Family Ties joining, Family Guy. It just doesn't make any damn sense.
Right.
You said they're like superheroes, right? But bad superheroes. They all need their like weapons, right? Like Thor.
Oh, no, you're a superhero. You have powers. You don't have weapons.
Well, Thor had
you have tools.
A tool, right?
Yeah, but Negan isn't a superhero.
We don't know what he's joining
as.
He's
super bad.
No,
dude,
Negan, the character
right.
that you said should be on the show is not a superhero.
Right.
With Lucille.
Mm-hmm.
And his leather coat. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
All right. We got to take a break. We got tickets to Aerosmith. We're going to see what Gimpy wants to talk about. We got Conspiracy Theory Thursday, and we got our top list and more qualifying for Harley Days. May, we'll be back.
Tulsa's morning show is coming.
It's like not. It's not as dense as the interior of a sweet potato. But to me, the amount of work you have to do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be holding the tater up to the gun and then pulling the trigger. I'm afraid something happened and end up blowing a thumb off.
Yes.
I would be drilling a hole
That's
in said
what
tater
I'm saying.
and then slide it over the barrel.
What? And then you got to make sure you have the right drill bit.
Right.
This feels like a lot. Just take a 2-liter bottle. Like he did in the shooter.
Right. Or an old oil filter. You get that from a lot of zombie video games.
Right. Or maybe sleep on it.
And they come back
and then decide if it's still something you want to go after.
I don't want to shoot this person now.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that was what you were getting ready to demonstrate.
Uh-huh.
I literally thought I was witnessing someone's last moment on radio. I was like, go ahead, girl. See what you got. We all control our own destiny.
Right.
Why didn't you stop her? Why? You tell me not to intervene.
Right? Here on the Big Man Morning Show, we let them hang themselves.
Yeah.
Woman busted with vagina meth. They started off as a typical traffic stop last week where police had stopped Anthony Peza and his girlfriend Tiffany Chapman. They asked them, hey, y'all got any drugs in the car? And they're like, nah, man, we're good. They're like, all right, well, you're going to have to get out of the car so we can search it. And they're like, okay. So they get out of the car and the deputies start searching the car. Well, in the car, while they're searching, they found all kinds of stuff. They found paraphernalia, baggies, scales. They found another bag that had several different prescription bottles in it with the labels removed, which is not good.
Not like that.
So while they're searching the car, Tiffany's like, hey, I've got meth in my muff. And they're like, huh? And they're like, she's like, yeah, you might want to come get this. So they call a female deputy out.
I believe the audio sounded like this. I think you want to come get this.
So they call a female officer out, and she ends up retrieving 10.8 grams of meth from the woman's box. And
glove box.
They ended up busting both of them for the same thing. They both got busted for trafficking meth. They both got busted for possession of marijuana and paraphernalia. And they are both sitting in the pokey right now.
I know some of you are thinking, did she get any breaks because she let them know she had illegal contraband inside her muff? Probably not. You're supposed to tell them.
Yeah, because if you go into the jail with it, that's an extra charge.
Viral video shows car dealer peeing on woman's ID. This happens in the beautiful state of Wisconsin. Police there are looking into a viral video that appears to show a car dealership urinating on a woman's driver's license. In a Facebook post, the victim said she left her ID at a used car dealership in Kenosha over the weekend. A few hours later, she was home eating cheese and then was horrified to see a video of someone peeing on it, making the rounds on social media. It's unclear if anyone will be held accountable. On a positive note, the dealership wants to offer the victim a free car. Yeah. She apparently was trying to buy a car, changed her mind, called and said, I've left my ID. I'll send you $5. When you get the $5, you mail me my ID.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, yeah, we'll mail it.
Uh-huh.
And then it shows them saying the name and everything, full stream. The video's on our thing, full stream onto this woman's ID. I am no expert in the automotive industry. Lindsay, for sure, in the room, is the automotive expert. Her husband works at a dealership. I know Gimpy has worked at a dealership.
Mm-hmm.
So I am by far not the expert. I will, however, say I think their career is over.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, God, I hope so.
Definitely.
If you get to keep your job after pissing on somebody's license, man, there's something wrong with management at that position.
Yeah.
Now I can wrap my head around the idea that they were, they'd worked really hard on the deal and, working on commission and, that's going to put food on the table. And he was just pissed.
Yeah. Unless this customer completely was.
Nope.
No. Hear me.
There's no rational reason why you should be. Hold on. There's no rational reason why anyone should urinate on anyone else or on an ID.
I agree with you. So unless this customer was, completely awful to the person working there, and the person that works there is their number one salesperson, that's the only way they're going to keep that job if they are their number one.
The job.
Yeah.
I thought you were trying to argue why someone should piss on someone's ID.
No.
There's no reason.
No.
I don't care if that ID was stung by a jellyfish. No.
Right.
No, there's no reason.
It seems like a weird flex.
No.
You don't look cool.
No.
You look dehydrated, to be honest. I'm going to read this headline. This is real. Horses sue the federal government over them being exiled to an island.
Did you get that from The Onion?
No.
Horses
Hired
a lawyer.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, hey.
From what
Mr. Ed.
I know you want to say nay, but
I mean,
so they're suing the federal government and the national park. Win Today and Jelly Donut have brought a lawsuit by just kidding. That's
okay. I was gonna say
the horses always have like stupid names.
right,
yeah.
right.
They never end in E, like a dog's does.
Right.
Anyway, a lawsuit brought by 2 animal rights groups, an environmental activist, and a woman who lives on Georgia's Cumberland Island, names a group of non-native wild horses as plaintiffs. The lawsuit claims the horses have standing to bring a suit in their own right. The suit argues that the habitat surrounding the animals on Cumberland Island's national seashore has been gradually damaged by the horses and that the government should move them off the island.
Okay, so the horses are suing to stay on the island?
I'm
lost in this weird lawsuit.
Yeah, this says a lawsuit brought by 2
2 people. They're like, hey, these horses are ruining our coastline. They need to be moved. And then the horses are like, nay.
They're the plaintiffs, so they are going, hey,
okay,
we
represent
So
the
weird.
horses.
Here's a question.
Uh-huh.
Free time?
Mhm.
They have a lot of free time.
Yes.
Because, if you have enough money, you can call them and go, I want to sue XYZ.
Uh-huh.
But typically, you got to do some research and all those other things that come along with it and then do that.
Yeah.
Right? And so, like, as an example, I'm going to sue somebody, right? And so I've been doing all this research, preparing small claims court, right?
Mhm.
I'm preparing to do that.
Right.
I didn't just do it. I mean, I could have just done it,
Right.
but I'm trying to do it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but if you have free time, then you can be like,
Yeah, you got all the time in the world.
you go to brunch
Yeah.
and then you're like, hey, these horses are ruining my view. Let's sue and make like as if the horse wants to leave.
I don't think the horse wants to leave.
I think the others, I don't know. How'd they get there?
That's a good point.
It's
But
an island. So how'd they get there?
I mean, animals run away all the time.
True.
So, I mean, they could have just bounced at any point in time.
Except this is an island.
Right.
Yeah, true.
So unless they built a boat or Noah was available, I don't know how they got there. 460 KMOD. We do this thing called News Quickies. These are stories that maybe you missed in the news. And the headline is delicious. And then we put the full story on our Facebook page at facebook.com/BMMS69.
It's time for News Quickies, world news, local news, and news that just makes you say, what the Now here's Corbin, Gimpy, and Lindsay with what's going on. News Quickies from the Big 9 Morning Show at 97.5 KMOD.
Oklahoma man airdrops nudes to apartment staff during a rental application. This happened on Monday. On May Day around 4 o'clock, Mark Helm had decided that he wanted to rent an apartment at 71st and Sheridan. So he goes in and he applies for a unit there. But before he decides he would show the apartment people his own unit, because during the application process, 2 employees received 2 airdrop notifications. And curious as to what they were, both employees accepted the airdrops, and they were pictures of Helm's genitals and himself naked in front of a mirror. Tulsa Police Department were called. They showed up. And after speaking to the victim, Tulsa Police Department Mirandized and arrested Mark Helm. Yeah. Did he think he'd necessarily get an apartment if he showed him nudes?
Maybe he's trying to get something.
I mean,
did he
what's the
need
point?
to? I think is
Right.
the question.
Right.
Like, was it in question if he was going to get the apartment? So he did this
I was like,
Yeah.
you want to give me my apartment? Well, look at this. It's my wiener.
Like, will this help?
Yeah, like
Gotta be
yeah.
high on something. High or
My-
drunk, intoxicated of some sorts, right?
My credit might not be so great, but maybe this will help.
Right, here's some interest.
Uh-huh.
Man brutally attacked with a golf club for walking on the cart path. Bum, bum. This happens at a golf course in Florida, where there's this dude. His name's Joseph Savek, and he's walking along the course with his old lady. And he's spotted by a 52-year-old dentist named Eddie O. Eddie O is playing golf with his son, and he spots Joe walking on the cart path. And Eddie gets triggered, and he goes over there and starts a verbal argument with the man. And is like, dude, I'm sorry, my bad. I'm just walking with my old lady. And then Eddie spits in Joseph's face as if that wasn't bad enough. He then takes his golf club and he whacks him in the leg with it. And as he's like, ow, damn, dude, that hurt. He goes and he whacks him in the face with his golf cart. Just beats the hell out of this guy with his golf club, right? Eventually, the cops get pulled out, right? Joe says that he tried to defend himself with his water bottle, but we all know you don't bring a water bottle to a golf club fight. It's just all that there is to it. Anyhow, cops come out. Joe goes to the hospital because one of his earlobes was ripped. He went for potential broken ribs, possible traumatic brain injury, and a potentially broken jaw. Meanwhile, old Joe the dentist, or Eddie the dentist, ended up going to jail for aggravated battery.
What's going on golf courses?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Something.
Woman arrested for abusing boyfriend's dog. Surprise, a Florida woman is facing charges after reportedly hitting her boyfriend's 9-year-old dog with a rubber mallet. 24-year-old Elizabeth James is accused of repeatedly hitting the husky named Maya, leaving the dog blind in one eye and fractured ribs. Deputies say the boyfriend and her mother noticed Maya starting to receive the injuries last August, which is around the same time this bitch moved in. After placing a hidden camera on the house, they discovered the alleged abuse. Police say she admitted to hitting the dog because he had growled at her. The husky is currently recovering at home.
Damn.
Well, yeah.
I mean, if you weren't such a bitch, maybe the dog wouldn't be growling at you.
Yeah.
It's over, right?
Right.
But you don't understand. I love her.
You love your dog more.
We all make mistakes.
Which one's the dog?
Mhm. One of them's a bitch, that's for sure.
Uh-huh. All these stories are on our Facebook page at facebook.com/BMMS69.
Tulsa's morning show.
Their dog go on their own balcony,
Mhm.
and they don't want to, they don't want to be in on their balcony because that's where they like to go sit and enjoy their coffee or whatever. So they just throw it off their balcony.
I kind of interpreted that there was somebody throwing it because if it was on the balcony, I feel like they could narrow it down to like
Just
a
look up.
few.
Mhm.
And that's possible too. You would think that they would go knocking on the doors like, hey, you need to, I know you got a dog in here.
There's no dog.
I
Uh-huh.
just sit there, make my maintenance guy sit there and film it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're doing today.
Right.
Yeah.
You're going to catch the poop tosser.
Yeah.
That's your job today, Franklin.
Yeah.
Right. You're going to be the one who's going to be out there all day just waiting for someone to heave
Right.
crap over the edge and get them.
Right.
So wait, I don't have to go mow lawns or paint apartments or go into someone's apartment to fix a water heater, nothing like that.
Nope.
You're just okay.
Yeah. Except if you've never been on a stakeout,
Oh my God.
it sucks.
It'd be brutal.
You're like,
Right. And
sorry.
by that time, you dozed off. Somebody's done throwing turds back on the balcony, the overhang and whatever. You missed your opportunity. God damn it. I'll be back out here tomorrow to try to catch him. Walt Disney World employee arrested for upskirt videos. So there's a dude, he's 26. His name's Jorge Vega, and he works at the Doc Ondar's Den of Antiquities at the Star Wars Galaxy Edge at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Apparently, this cat was caught by another employee taking a video. It was up the skirt of a young 18-year-old woman who was there shopping for lightsabers with her boyfriend. Yeah, he got a girlfriend. Anyhow, that's a different story. So the employee goes and tells the manager calls the cops come out and they talk to Jorge, and Jorge's like, yeah, man, I've been doing this for like 6 years. I've got like over 500 videos on my phone. Here, you want to see some? And he ends up sharing some of the videos with the police. Anyhow, the woman, the 18-year-old woman, had no idea she had been filmed. Old Jorge told the police that he does this because they're hard to find on the internet and that he uses them for gratification.
Hey, he is an entrepreneur.
Yes, he's helping out. He's providing a service.
At Disney, we want go-getters.
Yeah.
Solving problems.
Yeah. Well, Jorge got popped for video voyeurism. That's what he's in trouble
This
for.
story feels familiar. I know it's not the same story, but I feel like we've read a story before about somebody doing this, but maybe it was some other child predator thing or something, but it was like a janitor or somebody in the back.
They say here's not the first time this has happened at the Disney World or whatever. It says back in 2018, Eric King, a Walt Disney World cast member, was caught using his phone in an employee-only men's room at Disney's Animal Kingdom and was charged with video voyeurism. Another member said that he was at the urinal when he noticed that Mr. King was filming him under the nearby bathroom stall.
I'm kicking somebody.
Oh, for sure. And then here's a fun one. Yambao Zhang, a Chinese national. I'm sure that's not how you pronounce his name. He pleaded guilty to voyeurism in 2014 after he took pictures of girls between the ages of 4 and 7 while he was vacationing at the Magic Kingdom.
Listen, I'm sure the Disney jail's awesome. Yeah. Because that's where I would be going because I am assaulting an MFer.
In a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. I don't know if they're like, let's say I'm at the urinal, like taking a whiz, and I look down and there's a phone filming me. I'm just going to piss on the phone.
Yeah, my aim's going to get really bad really quick.
Absolutely. Now, if I find out that you were videoing my little girls, that's a different story.
Cattle with tongues missing found in Texas. It's a bizarre story where authorities are investigating the mysterious deaths of about a half dozen cattle, and they were found with their tongues cut out. Ranchers in Madison County are looking, that's about 100 miles north of Houston. They said they found mutilated remains of 6-year-old longhorn cross cow last week with their tongue cleanly cut and removed. Sheriff's office said it learned about five similar cases in the neighboring counties. There's no signs of struggle. There's no footprints. There's no tracks. And grass around the carcasses wasn't disturbed.
Oh, well, then it had to be aliens then.
Well, of course.
Of course. I don't know, man. They say cow tongue's pretty good. So, I mean, maybe the aliens got, a new taco recipe or something. They're like, hey, we need.
Is it chunga? Is that chungura?
Fresh cow tongue.
I forget what it's called, but yeah, cow tongue tacos are yummy, yummy, yummy. I like a good tongue taco. I saw yesterday, or maybe it was this morning, that in an interview with Bam Margera's family, he left a crazy message to them, and apparently they played it, and he's on the run.
Really?
Yeah.
Like he admitted legit he is on the run, running from
the police.
Yeah, with a girl, her kid, and meth.
Some other girl.
Yeah, some other girl.
Yeah.
We're going to run out of meth eventually, but okay.
And my thing is like, come on, man, what you're facing isn't that crazy. You didn't rob a bank.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like you would be going to prison for a long time.
Right. It was assault, right?
Yeah, yes. But it would be knocked down pretty far.
Yeah.
If he even stuck, right?
But the thought of doing time in the big house makes people just zoom.
Yeah, except it probably wouldn't be the big house.
No, it'd be a little house.
Yeah.
County house.
And so like you would probably would help. And you're just like treating it like you're Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah. Right. With a kid.
Right.
Yeah.
That's something Bonnie had. But like you're just running like, come on, don't do this.
He's going to get caught up. He is too recognizable to not be caught up somewhere. You know what I'm saying? If we were here, let's say we're having lunch at Sam's Southern Eatery, and Bam's sitting there eating some of that delicious fried shrimp or whatever.
It's funny you bring that up because Lindsay and I just this morning, my wife flew out of town yesterday for some work. And in the airport, she sees one of the ladies from Real Housewives of Orange County. And she's like, is this Vicky? And I'm like, Sure. Because I watch it occasionally with my wife a lot. And so Lindsay does her stealth, sleuthing and finds out she's got family here.
Yeah.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. Like somebody is going to be like, hey, man.
Yeah, that's Bam.
That's Bam.
Side note, Pippi Longstockings is moving to Tulsa. Just thought I'd let you know.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
The gal who played Pippi Longstockings in the 90s movie, Erin something another, I think that's her name. I had seen it on the Facebook. She went and visited the Outsiders House Museum, posted a picture of it and says, I'm so excited to move to Tulsa, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, that's cool. Pippi Longstockings, huh? Totally deserve that. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You know better. She gets passes. You know better.
I'm just figuring while we're talking about actors and
Tammy
actresses.
Aaron?
Here.
Is that her name?
Yeah, that's your name. Tammy Aaron.
You had your chance 15 minutes ago to bring up that name and put her on a list.
That's true.
Right.
So
She would've been
now you're getting finger shamed
Oh,
for Leroy Jenkins. For shame.
How often do I
Your
Leroy
atonement is going to be
Jenkins?
big.
How often do I Leroy Jenkins? Come on. Not that often.
Dude. Okay. But you may do a look. This is a complete
This is
Leroy
full-blown.
Jenkins.
Drag that drink.
Yeah.
Sound.
So much, in fact, I don't even know what to do now. That was a giant Leroy.
Yeah. Well, you might just be able to see Pippi in town somewhere. But yeah, dead Jerry Springer.
I wouldn't even know Pippi Longstocking if she came up to me and said, I'm Pippi Longstocking.
Really? You never
Pigtails
would, huh?
sticking out.
Unless she has the pigtails.
She has aged a little bit since her role as Pippi Longstocking.
She's still
but
adorable.
She sure is.
I mean, I don't know how recent this picture is, but
What's her name?
Tammy Aaron.
Aaron. Tammy with an I and one M.
I'm just looking at the people. Why is ABBA coming up? Pippi, because it's a book. For those who don't know, it's a book.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she did the New Adventures of Pippi Longstocking, and in '88, that was one of the movies that she did.
Tammy?
Yeah.
One M and an I, and then Aaron. E-R-I-N.
Yeah, she looks. Whoa. Huh.
She's 48.
Yeah, she is.
She's
Yeah,
from
she
Wheaton,
is.
Illinois, originally.
She has changed since her Pippi days.
Yeah. What is? I don't know what's happening.
Did I throw a whole wrench in your system with
Yeah.
Pippi
Yeah.
Longstockings?
You-
My bad.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
What do you mean? What am I doing?
Why are you commenting on her page, Mr. I don't do social media?
Because I'd seen that she was moving, and I was like, "That's awesome! I'd love to have you on and talk to you about
About what?
me and Pippi Longstockings.
What?
And why are you in Tulsa? Why
About
did you
what?
move here?
What have
Why?
you been doing
What-
since 1988?
I can tell you, she did Disconnect in 2010.
It would be the shortest interview of all time. I'm
Says
sure
you-
she's a fantastic
You don't
individual.
know that.
What was it like to have coat hangers in your pigtails?
Exactly. You might learn some things about her.
About what? Get Danny Boy on! Don't
Yeah.
get her!
He's old news, man. He's been in town long enough.
Shooting your shot. Get out of here. Good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show, 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. Did you see Kevin Costner's getting divorced for the second time?
Mm-hmm.
He got divorced the first time. He was married to that wife for 16 years, and he apparently slept with somebody while filming Waterworld because that movie sucks.
Mhm.
And then I'm not sure what happened on this one.
This time they were married 18 years.
Yeah,
I'm-
maybe that's his limit.
It may be, but
Could
she
be.
filed this time.
I mean, that isn't. I don't take merit in that. right? Because
Like
maybe
who
he,
files?
maybe he was done, and she's like, Esther, get off, and then she just pulled the string.
That makes sense.
Possibly.
Or they had a thing or whatever, and he was like, why don't you file? Because it'll make me look bad. Like,
Maybe.
I read a thing that doesn't look like he's coming back to Yellowstone either.
yeah,
I was like, well, that's
they're having contract disputes based on schedule, from what I understand.
him and Taylor Sheridan, the creator or whatever.
Yeah, there's no way that show survives without him.
I was going to say,
You don't
they're
think? Aren't they bringing Matthew McConaughey on or something to replace him?
No,
I read that.
No.
Wouldn't
No, Matthew McConaughey said that's not even a thing.
Oh, okay.
All right. Hey, Beth, why don't you go on down?
No.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I don't want to see him in that role.
No, it'd just be weird, man.
I honestly didn't think it would work with Kevin Costner, and he killed it.
Yeah, he does a really good job. But he's done Westerns and stuff before and done a really good job with it. I can't think of, other than Dallas Buyers Club, a part that Matthew McConaughey's done as like a Western cowboy-esque type role.
No.
Exactly.
I mean, but when he did that, Dallas Buyers Club, nobody thought that was going to work.
Right. But he worked it. He killed it.
Yeah, he's a
Good
phenomenal
actor.
actor.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, like, Yellowstone would still be a show. It just won't be as good.
Right.
And they're just going to write him out.
Right. Kill him off.
Kill him
Take him to
off.
the train
And
station.
we just got to watch Beth be a bitch. And then what?
I was going to say, who's going to be the next star of that show? It would have to be either Beth or Rip. Right?
It ain't Rip.
It ain't going to be Jamie, right? The youngest boy. And it ain't going to be Casey or whatever, the oldest boy. I mean, it possibly could be. But the two main, it's going to be, it's Kevin Costner's character, right? And then, so John Dutton, main character. And I think after that, it's probably Rip and Beth
Yeah,
as the main character.
I don't know what they would do on a storyline. I mean, you could, theorize many different angles. I'm just saying he brings a weight to the show that the others don't, regardless of how good Rip and Beth are. That it would not be the same show.
Right.
And it wouldn't, like, the Carters isn't Roseanne.
Right.
It's fine. It survived.
Right.
It does well, but it ain't the same show.
Yeah, it's totally different. I just watch bits of clips on TikTok and stuff. They got Peggy Bundy on her now or whatever. And I'm like,
What?
this is a little weird. Yeah, Kathy Seagal or whatever her name is. Yeah.
Katie Seagal. She
Katie Seagal,
plays John Goodman's love interest.
Yeah.
He's already moved on.
That's what I was
Yeah.
saying. And I haven't watched it, so I don't know the storyline or how that came about. All I know is, one day she's popping up in the clips on the TikTok, and I'm like, well, that's a little weird, but I mean, the show must go on.
Sure.
When John Ritter died on, what is it, 8 Simple Rules,
Yeah.
Dating My Teenage Daughter. I mean, they brought in all kinds of other different people as well to try to keep the show going.
Totally.
But eventually it stopped, and that's just what happens with those types. It just stops.
Yeah, no, I get that. But the Roseanne, like that show, that's a little more, that's like having a new guy in a leather jacket on Happy Days.
Life, when mama dies, and dad's left widowed, eventually he moves on and finds another gal.
Totally.
So I guess it's relatable.
Is she Peg?
No.
No, she doesn't play like or anything. Like, she's totally different, but that's just how we know her as.
Yeah.
We know her as Peggy Bundy and from Sons of Anarchy.
Or does she kill people? Like,
Right.
If I'm right, I think she also was a widow, and so she bonds with.
That's the
his
connection they make it on the show.
character,
That would
uh-huh.
make sense then. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But apparently Kevin Costner and his wife have a prenup, and there's a pretty significant age difference between the two of them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's, I think by like 12 years, maybe
Okay.
more.
Okay. That ain't too bad.
No.
No, it's not. No, it's not the most offensive thing ever. But
Right.
Mhm.
there's definitely an age difference. He had to have been just like,
Right.
once a traitor, always a traitor.
Right. Being the hound that he is.
Right. And then I read that Iggy Azalea, I didn't know she had an OnlyFans.
Does she really?
Mhm.
Yeah, and apparently she's releasing a sex tape,
What?
Oh.
and she's got like a 3 or 4 year old son. Which I'm not saying if you have a kid you can't do that.
It's not in the tape though, is he?
I don't think so. I have
God, I
not
hope
seen the
not.
tape.
Yeah, I
That'd
hope
be
not.
weird.
I don't think so. I could be wrong though. And you're like, why is Corbin even talking about Iggy Azalea? I think she's fine.
Yeah, she got a big old fat ass.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, I would watch it illegally, download it.
Totally.
Sure.
I would totally illegally download it. I didn't know she has an OnlyFans, which is already sold out. Like she's taking no more people. which there are some rap artists that do this
Mhm.
because I guess it perpetuates the brand,
Right.
and they obviously make another side of money
Yeah.
that is out there.
Okay.
And if you're an artist that you have no desire to be in pop music,
Mhm.
you should totally do this.
Definitely.
Release a sex tape or go on.
It's about
OnlyFans.
revenue streams.
Yeah.
And your life's already wasting away, so you might as well strike while it's hot.
Yeah,
Right.
I guess. You've got some kind of name behind you, for whatever you're doing. So you already got that audience, that traction, and then it could build more after that.
But why put a cap on members?
Well,
Keep making that money, honey.
one of the 22 immutable laws of marketing by Guy Kawasaki is that you make it limited so not everybody can do it. It creates more desire.
Exactly. It makes it more exclusive. Now everybody's going to want in on Iggy's, OnlyFans because it's like, what are they saying that I can't?
If we say Iggy Azalea has an OnlyFans account, you go, okay. But if you say Iggy Azalea has an OnlyFans that's sold out, you're like, wow, there's a lot of people that want to do it. It may be 5.
Right. But it's sold out.
It's sold out.
And it sounds good.
It's a marketing term.
Mm.
All right, let's see what Lindsay has for Balls to the Wall Sports.
The road to the NBA Finals continued on Wednesday night. The Boston Celtics redeemed themselves from a Game 1 loss with a dominant 121-87 victory over the Philadelphia 76ers in Game 2 at TD Garden. Jaylen Brown paced Boston with 25 points, while Malcolm Brogdon poured in 23 off the bench. The series is tied 1-1 heading into Game 3 in Philadelphia on Friday. The playoff action will continue Thursday night with the Golden State Warriors welcoming the Los Angeles Lakers to the Chase Center for Game 2 of their Western Conference semifinal series. The Lakers prevailed over the Warriors 117-112 in Game 1. The Jets are bringing in another familiar face for Aaron Rodgers. According to ESPN, New York is signing former Green Bay Packers wide receiver Randall Cobb to a 1-year contract. Cobb joins Alan Lazard, Tim Boyle, and Billy Turner as the 4th ex-Packer to join the Jets this offseason. Offensive coordinator Nathaniel Hackett also served as the Packers' OC from 2019 to 2021. Cobb had been included on Rodgers' wish list of players he recommended to the team during their meeting back in March. The 32-year-old ranks 5th in Green Bay history with 532 career receptions.
He's got to be coming on only as some veteran players get signed as an advisor role.
Right.
Mhm.
And especially if he had a great connection with Aaron,
Rodgers.
Mhm.
then he can mentor young receivers. To have a high expectation of productivity out of him may not be real, but his ability to maybe groom some of these younger receivers to understand Aaron's thinking
Yeah.
That makes
might be
sense.
the move.
Mhm.
Because he hasn't been productive in
Mhm.
6 years, 6 seasons, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's your Balls to the Wall Sports. I'm Lindsay on 97.5 KMOD.
Balls to the Wall Sports is powered by Miller Lite, the original.
The Ford Truck Series and anything I can do to make this Hilton Hotel team do the best I can.
Well, Corbin, I'm glad that you accepted and decided to give your prize of potatoes to the loser of the game, but that's not all that you're going to win. All right. So not only do you get my leftover dinner from last night, my potatoes and a little bit of steak with some cheese on top, I'm also going to hook you up with a 6-pack of Twisted Tea.
Oh.
Set right up front because nobody wants this. So I
Yeah.
grabbed a pack and you get
Yeah.
to take it home with
Again, you put
Twisted
zero
Tea.
effort into the prize.
Yeah.
Again, I'm just real grateful that this Hilton Honors team did the best they could, and we'll make sure part of the Ford Truck Series continues. So I'd like to give it to my second place. Because second isn't winning. So
All right.
Twisted Tea is a great beer fridge for guests.
Right, right.
item.
Well, congratulations, Lindsay. You got yourself some old mushed potatoes and some warm Twisted Tea for losing on Day Spa or Dispensary.
this says I'm about to get divorced from my wife of 10 years because I made a stupid mistake and had a one-night stand. We got in an argument. I left, went to the bar, slept with some woman, and almost immediately the guilt took over me. She has told me it's over, but I have to try. What can I do to get her to give our marriage a second chance? 918-460-KMOD. BMMS, then whatever you think he should do to 82945. Let's entertain the idea. What are some things he could do? How about a vacation?
Ooh.
You and me, let's have a vacation. Let's go to some beautiful exotic place and talk out my inability to keep my penis in my pants.
Yeah.
Having kids usually fixes that situation.
That maybe if you're lucky, you'll get to do that.
Vacations are nice. Absolutely.
Can you work on a
But-
problem on a vacation, Lindsay?
I don't think so. Because
This
once
isn't a
you get
problem. This is a
back-
crack in the foundation.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Because once you get back, everything's right there, you know? Yeah.
What are some other
And-
things he could try?
I think he
Entertain the
begs,
idea.
goes
No
on
bad ideas.
hands and knees and
Begs?
begs. What do you want me to do? I will do anything you want me to do.
Yeah. Horrible way to get into a conversation with somebody, right? And this is why. Because you want to fix it, you have to come up with ideas. Not me.
Mm-hmm.
You want to fix it.
Mhm.
Why do I have to tell you how to fix your problem?
Mm-hmm.
Not just this, any scenario. If you have to go to the person and be like, tell me what I have to do to fix this, then you shouldn't be in it. It's a horrible way to get into a conversation with somebody to try and rectify a problem. Because it means you don't know. You haven't even entertained ideas.
Right.
How about a candlelight dinner?
That's
It's not
good
enough.
and gravy and all, but the distractions there, man. You're not going to be able to enjoy your candlelight dinner. You know, you're not going to be able to do much of anything fun, a vacation or anything like that, because there's a giant elephant in the room.
Again, we're just trying to convince
Mm-hmm.
for a second chance.
Mm-hmm.
What about a spa day?
Sure. I'll go ahead and let you spend your money on me so I can go and feel better.
Yeah, is he
about
going to send
myself.
her on a spa day? I know. I think he needs to go to her and definitely he needs to know from her what she expects from him,
I don't think.
what he wants her to
Come
do.
on,
What-
Lindsay.
yeah,
Come
no.
on. Come on, Lindsay.
Taking
Come on,
her-
Lindsay.
What?
What he expects of her.
What
Don't have
she
sex with
wants him
other
to do.
people.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what the expectation is.
Absolutely. But he's done it. He's done the damage.
Yeah, so we're
Right.
talking about a
He's done the
second
damage.
chance.
Exactly.
So what do we're just talking about crazy ideas.
Yep.
Commit to
Yeah.
an idea, Lindsay.
Yeah. So going on vacation, sure, it's nice, but now he gets to go on a vacation too. It's almost like, I don't know if I want to go on a vacation with you right now.
Hall pass. You want a crazy idea? Give her a hall pass.
There,
Give
yeah.
her an opportunity to even Stevens this thing.
Mhm. And she doesn't have to tell him about it. Ever.
Well, no, she knows about his, so I feel like it has
It's
to be
only
even.
fair, yeah.
If it's even, it's even.
No.
Why do you not get to tell anybody?
Maybe she doesn't even take him up on it. He'll never know.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Let him wonder. Did she or didn't she?
yeah. Usually works.
It usually does.
Yeah.
Withholding information.
Yeah. People have already texted him what my feelings are on this. To me, it's quite clear, but they are asking.
Yeah.
Right. They are going, what's some scenario? What's a scenario? What is a possibility? Brandon is on. Hey, Brandon, how are you?
Good, how are y'all?
Good. What do you think?
From a person who's been cheated on multiple times, I say the damage has already been done. But if he wants to win her over, they've been married 10 years. Renew your vows. Make new vows. Tell her you're committed to her and only her. Just go and renew your vows. That might win her over. You never know.
Right. A mulligan.
Right.
Yeah, pull a mulligan.
Yeah.
Pull that mulligan card. Pull it all day long.
You said that you've been cheated on multiple times, Brandon. Would that have worked with you?
No, because I stayed with someone who cheated on me 9 times.
Whoa.
Are you
But
blind? Are you blind?
Well, I lived 7.5 hours away from my family at the time. So I was kind of forced just to stick around because I was in a state I didn't know. I wasn't from that state, so I stuck around and rode out the roller coaster.
What was her excuse on the 7th time?
His excuse was I was away from the house for 2 weeks on walk, and he got lonely.
So this is your boyfriend?
Yeah, it was my ex.
Yeah.
But when he said that, I was like, yeah, I'm done. I took the call around midnight when he was drunk, took the call, and I left and never looked back.
Had to rip that Band-Aid, huh?
I just left. I was done.
Wait, that was the 7th time.
Yeah. And then
You came back.
Took the call back because I was like, oh, maybe you changed. Then the 9th time was finally the draw.
For him I'm just being really honest. Him cheating 9 times, do you blame him or yourself?
I blame myself for being blinded by love.
But it wasn't. No, it wasn't, though.
No, it was not my fault. But I mean, I kept going back.
No, it's your fault. It wasn't love.
It was my own stupidity trying to think I can change someone.
Right. Hope. Well, it was hope. You were hoping.
Mm-hmm.
You were hoping he'd love you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on, man. Brandon, have a great day, man.
You too.
All right, see you later.
These texts are good.
Scott is on. Hey, Scott, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, buddy. What do you think?
You know, let's be real. I love some of the comments, and you guys especially, but let's be real. You're not going to be able to give her a hall pass because we as men are never going to forget that. We're never going to stop dwelling on it. And, you know, we're going to be the demise of that at that point. I think there's only one way to really do it. Either walk away, because you can't tell me guilt took over after. You were enjoying it then. You went out for that purpose to go meet somebody. So either open this up to an open relationship, ask her, hey, do you want an open relationship, or walk away now, brother, because you lost it.
Let me ask you, Scott, what would be an argument they would have had that would have not justified him cheating, but going out and being completely reckless? Like, what's something?
She would have had to cheat. I mean, the only way I'm ever going to cheat is she walks to me and said she just cheated. I'm walking out. I'm going to get me some, and I'm done with this relationship.
But then, I mean, you're not
let's
really
be real
cheating
as
at
a
that
man.
point, are you, Scott? You're
Well,
Mm-hmm.
you know, until that divorce, I get it. But there's no hall pass or dinner or vacation. I agree with her vacation. That means she's not going to forget that. I don't care if 5 years down the road, that's going to be in every argument you have.
Mm-hmm.
So you might as well either walk away or open this thing up and let's become swingers.
Just walk up to her with a pineapple in hand.
Right on, man.
Upside down it, baby.
All right, Scott, have a great day, friend.
You too, guys.
All right, see you later.
Got a great idea to fix the situation.
I hear that, like, if she cheats, I'm going out right and cheating, and cheating right away. It's going to be like the movie Hall Pass. I'm going to Applebee's and having wings and going to bed at 9. Like,
yeah.
Right, because that's our routine.
Good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show. 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945, qualifying people for Harley Days in May. Daniel Yara.
Jara.
Took a gamble.
No.
Lost. Daniel's qualified for Harley Days of May. Listen all month long to get qualified to win a 100th anniversary Harley Davidson Dyno Wide Glide from Steel Horse Motorcycles. Now, they're located inside Oklahoma Outdoor World, just off Route 66 in Sapulpa. Every hour we're qualifying somebody, so make sure you're listening for your chance to get qualified coming up very soon. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Corbin. So many great shows coming to town, including Social Distortion, playing at the Canes Ballroom. Now, the show isn't until August 6th. So you got some time. You can sign up for tickets on the website that rocks, KMOD.com.
Good morning, Gimpy.
Good morning, Corbin. We are a month away. No, 4 months away. I wish it was a month away. 4 months away from Rocklahoma 2023 Labor Day weekend prior to USA. Get your full lineup. They just released the daily lineup yesterday. You can get all that at the website that rocks, KMOD.com.
All right, let's see what Gimpy has for us.
Been around the world, take my strong hand, get on the Gimp train, on the Gimp train. Be around the world, take my strong hand, get on the Gimp train.
Gimp train. Choo choo. Here comes the cripple train.
Somebody sent a message to us before you go, Gimpy, and they wanted to know. Yes. Gimpy, I have a question.
I have an answer.
My husband says it's you that recorded Around the World with My Strong Hand, the Soul Train remix. No, it had a title like that, but okay. But I say it's a guy named Stevie Ricks. Settle this for us, please.
First off, I gotta find out who Stevie Ricks is.
I mean, do you need to know the answer to this question?
Does Stevie sound like a goat as well? Stevie Ricks? Landslide. To settle the debate, no matter who Stevie Ricks is, I did that. I created it. I sang it. I put it together. That is my creation. The only thing I didn't do was the backing track because that is, from that song.
So Stevie Ricks is a comedic music video guy on YouTube.
Okay.
So yeah, that's who that is.
Yeah, that's not Stevie. That is actually me.
Okay.
All
All right.
day.
There you go, Rhonda.
Take my strong hand. All right, so I just told you we're 4 months away from Rocklahoma. They released the daily lineup. Godsmack is headlining on that Friday. We've got Limp Bizkit headlining Saturday, and then Pantera and Rob Zombie double headlining on Sunday, which I think is kind of interesting. I'm like, how's that going to work out?
They're going to be on the stage at the same time. Whoever's louder wins.
I like that idea. I like that idea.
No, that'll sound like garbage.
But that's not what this segment is about. Rocklahoma Labor Day weekend, 3-day festival of just awesome music concerts. But it's a party. It's more than that. This is a party that goes on all week long. The festival itself is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but the camping starts like Monday, Tuesday that week. And I have an exclusive list of the campground parties.
Exclusive already?
Exclusive already. It got sent to me and I was like, well, holy crap. Let's go through this. So these are the events that are happening at the Rocklahoma campgrounds, the campground parties. This is the whole week's itinerary. So we're going to take it from the top here. On Tuesday, August 29th, you got Camp Corruption putting on Taco Tuesday. Sounds like a good idea.
Nice.
Go out there, eat some hot tacos.
Is it clear on what? Is it a food thing?
I'm assuming. It doesn't tell me. I'm just assuming that we're actually eating actual tacos. And see, the thing is like, I'm reading this. I'm like, dude, I want to go out there like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're usually out there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm out there all weekend long. We broadcast live on Fridays from 3 to 7. But like some of the stuff that's going on, I'm like, I want to go out there and check this out. I may do it. Who knows? So Tuesday, Taco Tuesday at 5 o'clock, Camp Corruption. At 6 o'clock in the evening at Camp Corruption, Baby Oil Twister. Yeah.
Right up your alley.
I mean, here's the problem with that.
Yes. Yes.
I think you got to seed some of the contestants.
Okay, what do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Well, it's like going to a nude beach.
It's not the Baby Oil Twister contestants that you're wanting.
No, or envisioning.
But I'm okay with it. Listen, get them all oiled up, let them slide around and try to play Twister. Why the hell not? Big girls need some Twister fun too.
I'm fine with that.
And dudes, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know how this is going to go down. All right. I don't know how the Baby Oil Twister, is it going to be co-ed or is it going to be guys and, all guys on one round and then all girls on another? I don't know how it works out.
You don't want the big guy falling on the little skinny girl. That can be very painful.
Some chicks are into that sort of thing.
You don't want the big girl falling on the other way either.
Yeah,
right.
Right.
You're there and your woman or your man decides they want to participate and wrestle the opposite sex.
Well, it's just Twister. It's just
okay.
Twister. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In their scurvies.
Right.
Baby oil.
Scurvy is a disease that pirates get.
Is there a difference at this point?
But yes, you're down to next to nothing.
Yeah.
They're all lubed up. The question is that something you let
How's
them
that
do?
sit with you?
Lindsay, you want to go ahead?
Have fun. Go for it. YOLO.
You're fine with your husband
YOLO.
being all oily, rubbing up against another woman.
I'm recording it though. Just so you know, I'm videotaping
For
this
what? Why would you videotape
for
that?
my TikTok.
Got to get some hits.
That's right.
Get some likes. I'm with Lindsay on that one. You know, Brocklahoma, it's a festival, it's a party, it happens once a year. Now, if it was one of those things that like everywhere we go, they have to play Baby Oil Twister and always got to get into it, right? You're like, come on, we're at a PTA conference. Come on.
I would say that if you are a Twister enthusiast, then I'm on board with what you're saying.
Okay.
But if you're doing it just to rub up against another human,
Yeah.
which is what it feels, or the optics are on it,
Mhm.
I'm with you. Here's some rope.
There you go.
Yeah.
Go hang yourself. Right? But I ain't gonna love it.
Right. You just be sitting there with your arms folded the whole time.
Nah, I wouldn't be folded. I'd definitely have a beer. But I would definitely check that box in my head and remember this for later.
Right.
Because people will tell you what's happening if you pay attention. And so to me, it just is a little weird. Like out of nowhere, your partner's like, I want to do this.
Right.
I'd be like, why?
Yeah.
I just like go have fun.
You don't like rubbing up against other humans, barely me. So
Yeah.
Yeah, there's baby oil involved and liquor. I'm sure there's liquor. And
I would think, yeah,
alcohol
yeah.
involved.
Also, you have a hard enough time bending over, picking up your dirty clothes off the floor. How are you going to bend over?
Settle
to put
down,
your left
Amazon
hand
box
on
lady.
yellow?
Don't be complaining about your man who has an inability to put stuff in the laundry basket when you can't even get the Amazon box broken down or to the trash can.
Piles up.
That
in the
wasn't
garage.
me.
Listen,
That was
it's
a
your
listener email.
it's your group.
Mhm. You're all lumped together. So rounding out that Tuesday night, they're going to have a Rob Zombie double feature movie at Camp Asylum, which I think is kind of neat. You know, you set up the big screen and the projector, whatever.
Yeah.
And everybody just sit around and watch Rob Zombie movies.
Mm.
So that's Tuesday night.
It feels like that is like. I feel like the order's wrong here, right? Like that's you got to do that earlier.
Oh, like start off with a movie?
Yeah. Let's ease into this thing. Let's not, do something crazy and then downshift.
Well, I mean, that's a good way to wind down. It doesn't say here how long that's going to go on, but like Baby Oil Twister, they're two separate camps, okay? So, and that's like 6, and then the movie starts at 9. So it's like, all right, I think a movie is a good way for everybody to wind down. We've been drinking, we've been partying, probably medicating. So let's just wind down and watch some scary movies.
Okay.
All right. So Wednesday, it says here, doesn't give me a time, but it says karaoke and bathing suit contest at Camp Corruption. I'm like, all right, I like some karaoke.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't mind judging a bathing
Oh,
suit
okay. I
contest.
was under the impression that you had to sing karaoke while being in a bathing suit, and it was like another division of the karaoke contest.
That very well may be. That very well may be. And if that's the case too, I'm all right with that as well. I mean, you got two of my favorite things, chicks in bathing suits and karaoke.
Or dudes.
Or dudes, whatever. I don't mind. It's all good. We're all out there having a good
Banana
time.
hammock dude for the win.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. The
Unshaven.
Borat man thong,
Yeah.
mankini.
Yes.
Yeah.
You should get one of those.
Yeah, for sure, man. And unkept. Let the spider do the crawling.
Yeah.
I'm not going to manscape from here until Labor Day weekend, right? And just let it all hang out.
Yeah. Looks like someone's tied down a bunch of twigs.
Awesome.
It says here on that Wednesday at 8:30 at Camp Rock of Love, it says Drunken Jenga. Well, that sounds like it could be a good time. I'm imagining it's going to be one of those like giant party blocks or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Jenga's it's one of my favorite things to play because you just don't know what you're doing.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
no.
you think you do. You think you need a tap, tap, tap. Oh, that one's not working. And they try to slide.
Right. It is maybe the simplest game that creates the most brings out people's competition because you get people that are like into it and they're like, shh.
Mhm.
I need to concentrate.
They're like lightly. They're like, and then they move. You're like, what are you doing? Who cares?
Well, I don't want to be the one to knock it down.
Who cares?
Just
Bonk.
We gotta build them all back up.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, the loser does.
This here says at 9 p.m. at Camp Asylum, laser tag bounce. I don't know what that means, but laser tag sounds like fun. I don't know if it's in a bounce house or if they're like bounce dryer sheets. I don't know.
Trampolines, maybe?
Sure. Why not? That seems like a lot to wheel out there, though.
How come? It does feel like a lot of equipment. Why not play hide and seek?
You got plenty of places. Out
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
Or
Sure.
I don't know about you guys. When I was little, we played kick the can.
Okay.
Good luck finding a Folgers can. But
Plenty of beer cans around. for
yeah,
sure.
no, it's got to be a bigger can. For those that don't know, that game
Mhm.
is the can is home, but whoever kicks the can
Uh-huh.
is safe. And the idea is the person that's it has to try and find people and get everyone out.
Mhm.
Right. And so the only way to get someone out is you have to go back and put your foot on the can and yell, oh, God, I don't remember exactly, but like, I see Gimpy behind the green tent.
Oh.
Okay. I'm not opposed to like a hide and seek or a
Yes.
freestyle. I think hide and seek would be a lot of fun out there. Drunken hide and seek. People get lost though. They may never come back.
Totally. Like you're too good at hiding. And they're
Yeah.
like, it's like dark and it's so quick. They're not going to find me.
Right. They start like finally emerge at like 8 o'clock the next
Listen,
morning. You're like,
I want everyone to be safe. That's not funny. Or I play this game with my kids where we blindfold and we have a Nerf gun. And you got to try and hunt people.
That could be fun.
Yeah.
Surviving the game, but safely.
Yes.
That movie with Ice-T.
Yeah,
back in the day.
yeah.
Yeah. Or we're hunting human beings.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it on Wednesday. But then we got Thursday, which that's when the parties really start to fire up. Looks like there's going to be a fish fry at Camp Corruption at noon. Rockin' Rocklahoma Singles at 6 p.m. It says,
Can I ask about the fish fry first?
sure. I mean, I don't know much about it besides it says it's fish
Of
fry.
course. I'm more curious of like, are you just going to open a box of Van Camps and warm them up? Or are you going to bread, like you have filet and
Right.
bread? Like that is fish fries are a ton of work.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm imagining somebody went out there and did a bunch of crappie fishing, and they're going
Yeah.
to bring it out. And,
If you waste
Fry it
crappie, no offense, on the, what are you doing, man?
yeah, but if you
Crappie's a coveted
Absolutely.
fish fry.
Yeah, but if you're having a fish fry, do it traditionally. And if you've got this many people, why not? Because people are stocking up on their crappie. I've seen the hauls on Facebook. I'm like, my God,
Yeah.
a good run.
And
Did-
if you are sharing your crappie with, what an amazing human being you
Oh
are.
my God,
Like,
yeah.
You are just
Right,
awesome.
right.
As much as you're saying people are hauling it in, it is not the
Yeah.
easiest fish to catch.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of science, but and nobody eats one crappie.
No.
That's one of those food items I lose my mind
Oh,
over.
you just go crazy over it.
Absolutely.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Well, who
So I don't know.
knows?
It's got to be a Van Camp. Just like,
Oh,
I
that'd
don't know
be-
how you do a Van Camp on a fire, but
Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
great. If they did just boil, deep fry a bunch of fish sticks out there for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fish fry at noon, shots with singles at 6 p.m. with Rockin' Rocklahoma Singles. At another campsite, Camp IDGAF, I don't give NF. It says shots with them. Here at 7 p.m. at Flocking Nightmare. That's the name of the campground. It says shots for Sean. Now, I'm going to assume that's our buddy Sean Crawford that passed last year.
Yeah.
I would love to assume that. I'm not quite sure who Sean is, but I'm just going to go ahead and say, yeah, that's him. That's him. So let's go out there and have shots for Sean. At 8 p.m. at the Drunken Irish campground, they have a Drunk in Limbo party. That's fun. See how
Yeah.
low you can go after about 6 shots of Jägermeister.
I love that.
Mhm. That happens at 8 p.m. at and one of my favorite campgrounds out there is the Big Old Bus. I love those people. I love the events that they do, and they've got a lot going on. 10 p.m. wet t-shirt contest Thursday night. Boy, you can't go wrong with a wet t-shirt contest. I don't give a damn. I don't
Yeah,
care who you
but
are.
weren't you supposed to be judge one last year, and you
yeah,
couldn't?
yeah,
I don't want to make the illusion that
Uh-huh.
you couldn't hang.
Yeah.
They were behind schedule.
They were behind schedule. It was like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning by the time it started, something to that effect. I'd already been up since 1:30 that morning because it was on a Friday. So yeah, I was tired. I was tired.
Yeah.
And they did a whole bunch of other stuff before they got to the wet t-shirt contest. And I was just like, I'm sorry, I gotta go. I'm sitting here literally falling asleep waiting. So, and I explained it to Shannon later.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, yeah, that's cool. I
Dude,
totally
nobody's
get it.
come on,
Yeah,
nobody
yeah.
faulting.
And she's
Yeah.
like, hey, you want to do it again next year? And I'm like, absolutely.
No, do you want to do it the first time
Right.
next year?
Right. So I'm going to try to take a little nap or something between that and the wet t-shirt contest. Here's a fun one at Camp Asylum, 11 p.m. on that Thursday of Rocklahoma week. Blind beer tasting. Blind beer tasting. I don't know if you're blindfolded or if they just put it in a cup and you're just like, guess what it is? Is this Bud Light, Coors Light, Heineken, whatever? But it sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And then at 11:30 at Camp T's for Shots. I'm sure you can figure out what the T stands for.
Shirts?
It's Tea Painting Contest.
Nice.
Booby painting contest. Sign me up.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean women, by the
Yeah.
way.
Can I be
Yeah.
your Michelangelo? I'll be all right with that. Yeah, and listen, it's okay. It's okay, men, women. We're in Rocklahoma, right? Let your freak flag fly. You have fun.
Yeah.
Right? If you're a dude and you want to get your hairy chest painted or paint
Gimpy's
a
your
hairy
guy.
dude's chest, why not? Come on. All right, so that rounds out the Thursday night. Friday night, the first night, official concert night of Rocklahoma. We have at 10 a.m., 10 o'clock in the morning.
Hey, there's early risers right there in front of me.
Dildo darts at Camp Asylum at 10
I love that.
in the morning. And then at 10 a.m. at the big
Donna,
old
get
bus.
on that. That's for you, girl.
10 a.m. at the big old bus, drunken trike races. All
That's
right.
good too.
Yeah.
Especially on gravel.
Yeah. We have Bumpkin Thumpkin contest at Flocking Nightmare at 12 a.m. I'm not sure I know what a blumpkin is, but I don't know what a bumpkin is. Like maybe a country bumpkin, bumpkin thumpkin. I don't know. Duct tape swimsuit contest at the big old bus at midnight.
Ouch.
Can't go wrong there unless you get a little hairy.
Yeah.
Whatever. That might have an issue. Camp Mardi Gras is having their Mardi Gras costume party at midnight. And then Camp Fireball is doing a Let's Go Raving. So I guess they're going to have a tiny rave, like a microwave. See what I did there? Anyway, all right. Saturday, you're looking at a burrito coffee fundraiser pickup at Camp Black Pearl. It's at 9 a.m. A burrito and coffee fundraiser.
I love it.
Yeah. Why not?
How about a baklava fundraiser?
Right. More drunken trike races at the big old bus. It says here, masked night contest, night, K-N-I-G-H-T, like, knight in shining armor, and a 90s party at Flocking Nightmare. So that sounds like a hoot.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so that rounds out Saturday. And then the last day here of the Rocklahoma, the Sunday, we've got drunken trike races at the big old bus at 10 in the morning, a topless sack race. Yeah. I'm all right with that.
So they're going to be in a sack. We're not talking about two different anatomies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. Like the potato sack races. But
I kind of like the idea of the play on words.
Yes.
Where, you would have to grab them and just.
I don't know. I don't know if we should go into detail. I'm just saying.
Right. We'll work on that.
Same with the burrito or the taco.
Looks like there's going to be a barbecue contest at the big old bus as well. Camp Red Baron is doing a Friendsgiving, which we all know what that is.
Just group people together that are friends
having
eating. Yeah,
food.
it's a final meal.
Yeah. Black light disco party at Camp Red Baron. All right. Break out the black light paint. Maybe paint your clothes on yourself if you like. I don't know. Sunday Fun Day blowout. Have no idea what that is. Here's one that says ball swing relay. I don't know what they mean by that, but I know how a relay race goes.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I want that being grabbed on as the next person.
Yeah, I don't know what the swing part would be.
Yeah.
Not for me.
That's at Camp Asylum. And also at Camp Asylum, after midnight, looks like a black light foam party.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. And then lastly, here at Camp Kinklahoma, midnight, they're having a Rocklahoma prom. So that could be interesting. So those are all the things that are happening at the campsites, the camp parties at Rocklahoma this year. Come and join us.
Around the world, take my strong hand, get on the give train, on the give train. Around the world, take my strong hand, get on the give train.
Choo choo, here comes the cripple train.
Tulsa's Morning
Island names a group of non-native wild horses as plaintiffs. The lawsuit claims the horses have standing to bring a suit in their own right. The suit argues that the habitat surrounding the animals on Cumberland Island's national seashore has been gradually damaged by the horses and that the government should move them off the island.
Okay, so the horses are suing to stay on the island?
Um,
I'm lost in this weird lawsuit.
Yeah, this says a lawsuit brought by two people.
They're like, hey,
these horses are ruining our coastline. They need to be moved. And then the horses are like, nay.
They're the plaintiffs, so they are going, hey,
Okay.
we
represent
So
the
weird.
horses.
here's a question.
Uh-huh.
Free time?
Mhm.
They have a lot of free time.
Yes.
Because, yeah, if you have enough money, you can call them and go, I want to sue XYZ.
Uh-huh.
But typically, you got to do some research and all those other things that come along with it and then do that.
Yeah.
Right. And so, like, as an example, I'm going to sue somebody. Right. And so I've been doing all this research, preparing small claims court. Right.
Mhm.
I'm preparing to do that.
Right, right,
I didn't just do it. I mean, I could have just done it,
right.
but I'm trying to do it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but if you have free time, then you can be like, yeah,
Yeah, you got all the time in the world.
you go to brunch
Yeah.
and then you're like, hey, these horses are ruining my view. Let's sue and make like as if the horse wants to leave.
I don't think the horse wants to leave.
I think the others, I mean, I don't know. How'd they get there?
That's a good point.
It's
But
an island. So how'd they get there?
I mean, animals run away all the time.
True.
So, I mean, they could have just bounced at any point in time.
Except this is an island.
Right.
Yeah, true.
So unless they built a boat or Noah was available, I don't know how they got there. I mean,
Mhm.
unless like maybe the water receded dramatically
Right.
and allowed them to trot a gaggle of them. That's
Yeah.
not the right term.
Mm-mm.
Of them across.
Mhm.
What is it for a lot of?
I think I heard
Okay.
herd of horses.
I just don't want to buy that. I feel like murder and some of these other ones are much better. They could have come up with something that isn't already used by cattle, right? Maybe it is. And so it feels like they didn't just trotted over there at one time.
It's a team.
A team.
A team of horses. I think the same goes for mules too, right? Think about like Borax and 1,000 mule team.
Sure. So
Learn something new. A team of horses.
I feel like the defense attorney is going to be like, this is a piece of cake. We'll just ask them.
Right.
We'll put them on. We want to call them as a witness.
I would like to call my first witness, Starlight.
I want to call my first witness, winning streak.
Right. I would like to call my second witness, Mama's little helper. He's a good little horse, aren't you?
Right? I want to call my first witness, I'm with Bloat.
Right.
These are actual horse names. I'd like to call my first witness, Jesus versus God, fight.
Oh, jeez.
It's an actual horse name.
Wow.
I'd like to call my second witness, Fred. That's the name of a horse.
He's the special one.
Yeah.
I'd call my
Frank.
second witness, hand.
I would like to call to the stand, Sugar. Sugar, come on up here.
Oh, God. My next witness, Your Honor, is Whore of the Paddock.
Oh, jeez. That's the troublemaker right there. You watch out for that one.
And after that, I'll have Rumpelstiltskin. These are horses' names. I'm pulling from a list of real horses' names.
Wow. Dog poop being tossed over balconies at apartment complex. This is happening in Largo, Maryland. Residents at one of the Prince George's County apartment complexes have been tossing dog poop over their balconies, and it's creating quite a mess below on the sidewalks. So residents are unhappy, and apparently there's a lot of people that are trying to move into these apartments and instantly turned off because they're stepping on the sidewalks, trying to look at apartments and stepping in poop.
Oh, well, look where you're going.
Right. BB Stokes Davis is a realtor who works at one of the businesses attached to the building. And she says, when we have customers coming in, there's dog poop all up and down the sideway. We talked to the resident manager out here about it, and they didn't get it cleaned up. They said they was going to put that guy out there who's above our property, but nothing's been done about it.
Poopy doo scoop.
Davis says residents have been dumping dog poop over their balconies and it's landing on the awnings and ultimately on the sidewalks. It was all down doors and everything, she said. I'd go in the front door because I'm not going to put my hands on dog poop.
Scoop-dee-dee-whoop.
We're told this is a reoccurring issue over the last year. The resident manager told their local Fox station tenants have been warned not to dump their dog feces over the balcony.
Oh, have they?
When it happens, they say the resident management team has cleaned up the problem. Well, not really.
Poop.
Because it's still happening.
I mean, it's got to be one person. It's not a movement.
Right.
Well, I mean, it is a movement. Yeah, thank you. For someone.
Yeah.
Right. But it's not like the entire apartment complex is banding together and be like, we just throw your poop over the balcony and onto the awning.
Where it's happening, put a deer camera up.
It's that easy, man.
Yeah.
Find out who done it. And they'll be like, hey, pick up your crap.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
That's gnarly, dude.
Yeah.
I actually, I will forgive the occasional, I'm not picking up dog poop when you're walking your dog or whatever, right?
Right.
Overall, you should. But you forget a bag, you're in a rush, whatever. But this is gnarly, dude. Like, you're deliberately, intentionally making it someone else's problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Just being lazy.
Yeah.
No, you aren't being lazy. You are taking energy and throwing it. You're not picking it up.
Right.
You're going out of your way, opening a door, a window, and heaving feces through it.
Well, I think what's probably they're just letting their dog go on their own balcony, and they don't want to be in on their balcony because that's where they like to go sit and enjoy their coffee or whatever. So they just throw it off their balcony.
I kind of interpreted that there was somebody throwing it because if it was on the balcony, I feel like they could narrow it down to like
just
a few.
And that's possible too. You would think that they would go knocking on the doors like, hey, you need to, I know you got a dog in here.
There's no dog.
I just sit there, make my maintenance guy sit there and film it. That's what you're doing today.
Right.
Yeah.
You're going to catch the poop tosser.
Yeah.
That's your job today, Franklin.
Yeah.
Right. You're going to be the one who's going to be out there all day just waiting for someone to heave. Good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show, 918-460-KMOD. Let's play a game because we've got tickets to see Aerosmith. Schnip, Schnapp, Schnur's the game. The current record is...
Well, Lindsay is leading this one with 6. You have 5, and I am dead last with 4.
Last week's winner was?
That'd be Lindsay.
Corbin and Gimpy at 918-460-KMOD. Here. Good morning. You're on the air. What is your name?
Rachel.
Rachel, how are you today?
Doing good. How about you?
Good, Rachel. Who do you want to give clues, Gimpy or Corbin?
We'll go with Corbin.
Rachel, 60 seconds on the clock. Timer starts after the first clue. Are you ready, friend?
Yeah.
Here we go. This is another name for Petro. This is what you go to.
Foil.
This
Foil.
is not foil. It's what you put in your gas. It is known as
Foil or gasoline.
Yeah, another name for gasoline. Give me blank, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Give me fuel. Fuel.
There you go. All right. This is the bin at a store where things are discounted.
What is it?
This is the bin at a store where things are discounted. What
Clearance.
Another name for clearance. What is the long piece of wood that you sit at and get drinks? That is a
Pallet. A bench.
Yeah, at an establishment, a pub, there's a oak bar shine. Next. All right. Blank up. I need you to blank up, Rachel.
Wake up.
Yeah. Rachel, 1. Time is up. We got 1, girl. Not very good. But people have won with just 1 correct before. So we'll see what happens, okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Oh, she sounds so defeated.
She maybe should reflect on that feeling. Good morning. You're on the air. What is your name?
Steve.
Steve, you and Gimpy have to beat one, okay?
Okay.
Here you go.
Come on, Steve. This is a fancy boat that rich people sail on in the
Yacht.
ocean. Yes. This is an ice cream shack that it's the opposite of King.
Queen.
Okay. And think of an ice cream shack that sells hamburgers and has Queen as the last part of their name.
Dairy Queen.
There you go. Okay. You have to go to blank hall in school to do your work, your homework. Blank hall.
Studies.
Mm-hmm. This is when you're playing golf. It's not a driver. It's what you use for your short shots on the green.
Putter.
Mm-hmm. The opposite of spicy, like you've got blank and pepper.
Mild.
No, when you've got blank and pepper, you put it on your food. It's also the name of a rap group. Follow me? So,
salt.
Okay, so that you got the salt part right, but you would say this tastes too
salty.
There you go. This is a cover on your torso that a lot of Canadians wear. It's out of like jeans.
Time. All right. Congratulations. Crushed. Crushed, Steve. You're going to get tickets to see Aerosmith before they go on sale. The show is in November. Tickets go on sale Friday morning at 10. But you need to hang on the line so Gimpy can get your info, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
Rach. Slow down. Rachel, I'm sorry. One was not enough.
All right, thank you.
All right. See you later.
Sorry, you're such a loser.
All right, Lindsay, this is the one that I messed up on.
Yeah, you were on the right path, man. A blank bin where they have discounted prices on or discounts on things at like the supermarket or whatever. An older Eddie Murphy bit, 99 cents for some chopsticks. What a blank.
Good deal.
Right.
Yeah.
Bargain.
Bargain was the word, yeah.
This is what you use. It's a tool that you use to make sure something is even when you're like hanging a shelf or a picture or something like that. Or if you play video games, when you go on to the next, when you advance, you blank up, level up.
Yeah.
Yes. And then the one that Gimpy stopped on.
Yeah, this is blue jeans made into a coat.
There you go. That's a good way to look
Yeah,
at it.
Levi's has a lot of these in the Outsiders. A lot of the what you call it? They wore those.
The greasers.
The greasers wore these.
Yeah. It's a denim jacket.
Denim jacket. Yeah.
Denim.
All right, the record now.
Well, it keeps Lindsay in the lead with 6, but now ties you and I with 5 each.
The Big Mad Morning Show returns next. Tulsa's Morning Show.
I'm like, come on, don't do this.
He's going to get caught up. He is too recognizable to not be caught up somewhere. You know what I'm saying? If we were here, let's say we're having lunch at Sam's Southern Eatery, and Bam's sitting there eating some of that delicious fried shrimp or whatever.
It's funny you bring that up
Yeah.
because Lindsay and I just this morning, my wife flew out of town yesterday for some work.
Uh-huh.
And in the airport, she sees one of the ladies from Real Housewives of Orange County.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, is this Vicky? And I'm like, sure. Because I watch it occasionally with my wife a lot.
Uh-huh.
And so Lindsay does her stealth, sleuthing
Mm-hmm.
and finds out she's got family here.
Yeah.
Oh, how
And
about that?
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. Like somebody is going to be like, hey, man.
Yeah, that's Bam.
That's Bam.
Side note, Pippi Longstockings is moving to Tulsa. Just thought I'd let you know.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
The gal who played Pippi Longstockings in the 90s movie, Erin something another, I think that's her name. I had seen it on the Facebook. She went and visited the Outsiders House Museum,
Mhm.
posted a picture of it and says, I'm so excited to move to Tulsa, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, that's cool. Pippi Longstockings, huh? Totally deserve that. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You know better. She gets passes. You know better.
I'm just figuring while we're talking about actors and
Tammy
actresses
Aaron?
here.
Is that her name?
Yeah, that's your name. Tammy Aaron.
You had your chance 15 minutes ago to bring up that name and put her on a list.
That's true.
Right.
So
She would've been
now you're getting finger shamed
Oh,
for Leroy Jenkins. For shame.
How often do
Your
I Leroy
atonement is going to be
Jenkins?
big.
How often do I Leroy Jenkins? Come on. Not that often.
Dude. Okay. But you may do a look. This is a complete
This is
Leroy
full-blown.
Jenkins.
Drag that drink.
Yeah.
Sound.
So much, in fact, I don't even know what to do now. That was a giant Leroy.
Yeah. Well, you might just be able to see Pippi in town somewhere. But yeah, dead Jerry Springer.
I wouldn't even know Pippi Longstocking if she came up to me and said, I'm Pippi Longstocking.
Really? You never
Pigtails
would, huh?
sticking
Unless
out.
she has the pigtails.
She has aged a little bit since her role as Pippi Longstocking.
She's still
but
adorable.
She sure is.
I mean, I don't know how recent this picture is, but
What's her name?
Tammy Erin.
Aaron, Tammy with an I and one M.
I'm just looking at the people. Why is ABBA coming up? Pippi, because it's a book. For those who don't know, it's a book.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she did the New Adventures of Pippi Longstocking, and in '88, that was one of the movies that she did.
Tammy?
Yeah.
One M and an I, and then Erin. E-R-I-N.
Yeah, she looks. Whoa. Huh.
She's 48.
Yeah, she is.
She's
Yeah,
from
she
Wheaton,
is.
Illinois, originally.
She has changed since her Pippi days.
Yeah. What is I don't know what's happening.
Did I throw a whole wrench in your system with
Yeah.
Pippi Longstockings? My bad.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
What do you mean? What am I doing?
Why are you commenting on her page, Mr. I don't do social media?
Because I'd seen that she was moving, and I was like, "That's awesome! I'd love to have you on and talk to you about
what?
being Pippi Longstockings.
What?
And why are you in Tulsa? Why
About
did you
what?
move here?
What have you
Why?
been doing
What's-
since 1988?
I can tell you, she did Disconnect in 2010.
It would be the shortest interview of all time. I'm
Says
sure
you-
she's a fantastic
you don't
individual.
know that.
What was it like to have coat hangers in your pigtails?
Exactly. You might learn some things about her.
About what? Get Danny Boy on! Don't
Yeah.
get her!
He's old news, man. He's been in town long enough.
Shooting your shot. Get out of here.
Hey, why not?
That felt self-serving.
I think for redheads.
It is what it is.
I don't even know what's happening. All right, Jerry Springer's
Pippi.
dead.
Oh, Pippi.
Redheads and beards.
Hit the button.
Yeah. Yeah.
I call this day spa or dispensary.
Mhm.
Okay. So basically, I've got some businesses. These are legit businesses in Tulsa.
Oh, fun.
It's either a day spa or a dispensary.
Okay.
Now, based off the name, you're going to chime in with and that's how you're going to buzz in. Corbin or Lindsay.
Okay.
Got
You
it.
get one shot and one shot only because this is a 50-50
Don't I know
chance. There's no point in,
Mhm.
hey, would you like to guess, Lindsay? He said it's a
Yeah.
dispensary. No, it's a day. So you only get one shot.
Okay.
Whoever wins at the end, I got a big prize for you. Okay.
Like
Okay.
a little nug, maybe? A prize?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Maybe.
Or a
God knows
trip
you
to a
have
day
plenty.
spa?
Right. So day spa or dispensary, are you guys ready?
Ready.
All right, we're going to take it up from the top here. Euphoria. Corbin, yes.
That's a spa.
Euphoria is a dispensary. No points for anybody on that one. All right. Nirvana, day spa
Corbin.
or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin would be correct.
Come on, Lindsay.
You got to get in the game, woman. Get in the game. All right. Omni Oasis, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Day spa.
Day spa is correct. So far, we're tied 1-1. La Fusion, day spa or dispensary? La Fusion.
Corbin.
Corbin, yes.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin, that is incorrect. La Fusion is a day spa. Poppies, day
Corbin.
spa or dispensary? Corbin,
That
yes.
is a day spa.
Yes, you are correct. Poppies is a day spa. 2-1 so far. Corbin's lead. OHG, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Dispensary.
That is correct.
What'd you say?
OHG. That's all it is. These are all the ones. I just found them on Google.
Sure.
I just simply Googled day spa and then Googled dispensaries and then found a bunch of them that are really close.
I just couldn't hear. I didn't hear you because you were going so fast. I didn't hear you. I didn't know it was
I wonder
letters.
what that stands for.
I have no idea. Nonetheless, moving forward, 918 Elevate, day spa or dispensary. 918 Elevate.
Corbin.
Corbin, yes.
Dispensary.
That is correct. Corbin's in the lead, 3-2. One Love Wellness, day spa.
Corbin.
You got to pick it up, Lindsay. Corbin, yes.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin, One Love Wellness is indeed a
Wow.
dispensary. Yes. Corbin killing it right now. Lotus Blossom,
Corbin.
day spa or dispensary. Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Ah, you are wrong, my friend.
You
Lotus-
might need to.
Lotus
Okay.
Blossom is a day spa. Go ahead, Google
I
it.
know there's a dispensary called Lotus.
There's one called Lotus Gold,
Ah,
not Lotus Blossom. See, and that's the fun part about this game because they can be
no, somatic,
they're
sure.
so close. All right, Indigo, day spa or dispensary? Lindsay.
That is a dispensary.
Indigo. Lindsay is a day
Yeah.
spa.
Oh,
So
bummer.
far, it's 4-2. Corbin's lead. Hand and Stone, day spa or
Lindsay.
dispensary? Lindsay.
Spa.
All right, Lindsay, you are correct on a comeback.
I've been
It's a-
there.
It's a 50-50 guess.
Right, of course. All right, Rosebuds, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
I'm going to go dispensary.
Lindsay would be correct. Rosebuds is a dispensary, tied up 4-4. Jade Wellness Center, day spa
Corbin.
or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a wellness, or that is a day spa.
Corbin. Jade Wellness Center is a dispensary. Still tied 4-4. Deluxe, day spa or
Corbin.
dispensary? Corbin.
That is a spa.
Corbin, you are incorrect. Deluxe is a dispensary. Nature's Kiss.
I think that's both, actually.
Who knows? This is just the information that
who
was
cares if
given.
it's accurate?
Yeah. All right, Nature's Kiss, day spa or dispensary?
Corbin.
Corbin, yes.
That is a dispensary.
That is correct, my friend. Corbin just made 5-4. Aqua Viva Oasis, day
Lindsay.
spa or dispensary? Lindsay.
Spa.
Lindsay is correct. All right, so we're tied up 5-5. Fig Medical, day spa or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin, that is incorrect. Fig Medical is a day spa.
I was thinking because like sweets,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
like sometimes you know it smells like
You're
a fig.
thinking medical marijuana.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
All right.
Qualified for Harley Days in May, minutes away. First, we got to see what's in Gibby's 4x4.
Well, Corbin, it says here that the White House can't confirm Moscow report of Ukraine drone attack. Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said that the administration is aware of the report, but is unable to confirm the authenticity of the claims. She said the U.S. is not encouraging or enabling Ukraine to strike beyond its border. Russia accused Ukraine of sending drones to attack Russian President Vladimir Putin. And of course, Ukrainian President Zelensky says, nah, that's not us. He denied the attack.
Have you seen the video?
No.
Yeah, it's pretty archaic.
What,
And it's-
like, okay.
Well, it's just like you, and then some flames.
Okay.
And to me, the mentality is if you were going to hurt him, why would you do a drone into a building you're not 100% sure he's in?
Right, exactly.
And not, dude, this isn't a drone like our military, like drone. This
Right.
is like, like
so,
me.
Really? And it's dropping a bomb on them, huh?
Or there's something on it that caught, and it was a tiny explosion. And you're like, it feels a little more like either like self-fulfilling, like they did it to perpetuate a thing,
Right.
or an internal anti-government organization against Russia.
Okay.
But either way, to say it was an assassination attempt on Putin feels like a giant leap.
Well, you never know nowadays. Hey, the FDA approves its first RSV vaccine. The world's first RSV vaccine is now FDA approved by pharma giant GSK. They're getting it out PDQ ASAP. Now, the shot is for adults ages 60 and up. A late-stage clinical trial showed a single-dose vaccine lowers the risk symptoms by 83% and of severe illness by 94%. The CDC still needs to recommend the shot before it's available to the public, and a CDC advisory committee is scheduled to meet in June. It says here Republicans subpoena FBI over Biden document. Now, Republicans are issuing a subpoena to the FBI to obtain a document that allegedly links JB to a criminal scheme. In a letter to the DOJ and the FBI, the House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer said a whistleblower claims a document in the FBI's possession describes an alleged scheme involving then Vice President Biden and a foreign national relating to the exchange of money for policy decisions. Comer says that the information raises concerns that old JB may have engaged in a bribery scheme. No specifics on the allegations were provided in the letter, which was authored jointly with Iowa Senator Chuck Grassley. Both are leading investigations into Hunter Biden and the Biden family. And then lastly here, Tulsa Zoo School returns in an in-person setting for kids hoping to learn about wildlife. The Tulsa Zoo is bringing back its zoo school, a previously virtual class offered during the pandemic when the zoo was closed. The classes are offered to kids between grades of kindergarten and 5th grade, and it's a weekly course on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Each month, the theme of the class will change, so students are kept engaged.
See what Lindsay has for Balls to the Wall Sports.
The Ravens are adding to their secondary. Baltimore has signed former Las Vegas Raiders cornerback Rock Ya-Sin. According to ESPN, it is a one-year deal worth up to $6 million. The 27-year-old was taken with the 34th overall pick in the 2019 draft by the Indianapolis Colts. Started 9 of the 11 games he appeared in before suffering a season-ending knee injury in Week 13. Ya-Sin previously visited Baltimore in March, but the team waited to sign him until after May 1st to keep its 4th-round compensatory pick in 2024 it received for losing guard Ben Powers. A pair of 2-time Super Bowl champions are set to take on a set of 4-time NBA champs in the next edition of The Match. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce of the Kansas City Chiefs will face Steph Curry and Klay Thompson of the Golden State Warriors on the golf course in a matchup of 2022 championship-winning duos. It will be Curry and Mahomes' second time competing in the event, while Kelce and Thompson are set to make their debuts. The event will take place June 29th at the Wynn Las Vegas.
That's a really surprising matchup that they did that again with Mahomes, right? I don't get it. It's fine when there's a theme, right? So like when it's, the old quarterbacks versus the new quarterbacks like it was last year.
Okay, yeah.
But what's this?
Champions versus champions, because Steph Curry was a champion.
But when this plays, there'll be a new NBA champion. And it may or may be them.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
But
just be ready for next year.
And the Wynn course, it's not exactly known for being an awesome course.
Mm-hmm.
It's just in Las Vegas.
Maybe they think that those 4 will be fun to watch. I mean, their personalities.
I want to see them catch balls. I don't want to see them hitting balls.
Right.
And doing their man jokes.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're not even playing 18. They're playing 12. Huh?
That doesn't make any sense.
None of it makes sense. You got to add another element in there, right?
Live animals.
To have someone who is a Super Bowl champion or a Super Bowl MVP, got it.
Right.
Or an NBA of the previous, totally get it. But you got to add another element in there, like, I don't know, Liam Neeson. Like add something else to it that makes it exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't.
Not too brus.
Right.
Which is what Kelce and Mahomes are, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to chum it up and you get to, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm a fan of them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing maybe a Kardashian will come out and give hell to Klay Thompson.
Hell.
Yes. That's probably all. Some baby mama drama.
That's not happening.
And that's your Balls to the Wall Sports. I'm Lindsay in 97.5 KMOD.
Balls to the Wall Sports is powered by Miller Lite.
Yeah.
What are some other things he could try?
I think he
entertain the idea.
goes
No
on
bad ideas.
Hands and knees and
Begs?
what? Yeah, what do you want me to? I will do anything you want me to do.
Yeah, horrible way to get into a conversation with somebody, right? And this is why. Because you want to fix it, you have to come up with ideas. Not me.
Mm-hmm.
You want to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I have to tell you how to fix your problem?
Mm-hmm.
Not just this, any scenario, if you have to go to the person and be like, tell me what I have to do to fix this, then you shouldn't be in it. It's a horrible way to get into a conversation with somebody to try and rectify a problem. Because it means you don't know. You haven't even entertained ideas.
Right.
How about a candlelight dinner?
That's
not
good
enough.
and gravy and all, but the distractions there, man, you're not going to be able to enjoy your candlelight dinner. You know, you're not going to be able to do much of anything fun, a vacation or anything like that, because, you know, there's a giant elephant in the room.
Again, we're just trying to convince
Mm-hmm.
for a second chance.
Mm-hmm.
What about a spa day?
Sure. I'll go ahead and let you spend your money on me so I can go and feel better.
Yeah, is he
about
going to send
myself.
her on a spa day? I know. I think he needs to go to her and definitely, like, he needs to know from her what she expects from him,
I don't think.
what he wants her to
Come
do.
on,
What-
Lindsay.
yeah,
Come
no.
on. Come on, Lindsay.
Taking
Come on,
her-
Lindsay.
What?
What he expects of her.
What
Don't have
she
sex with
wants him
other
to do.
people.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what the expectation is.
Absolutely. But he's done it. He's done the damage.
Yeah, so we're
Right.
talking
He's
about a
done the
second
damage.
chance.
Exactly.
So what do we're just talking about crazy ideas.
Yep.
Commit to
Yeah.
an idea, Lindsay.
Yeah. So going on vacation, sure, it's nice, but now he gets to go on a vacation too. Like, it's almost like, I don't know if I want to go on a vacation with you right now.
Hall pass. You want a crazy idea? Give her a hall pass.
There,
Give her an
yeah.
opportunity to even Stevens this thing.
Mhm. And she doesn't have to tell him about it. Ever.
Well, no, she knows about his, so I feel like it has
It's
to be
only
even.
fair, yeah. Yeah.
If it's even, it's even.
No.
Why do you not get to tell anybody?
Maybe she doesn't even take him up on it. He'll never know.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Let him wonder. Did she or didn't she?
yeah. Usually works.
It usually does.
Yeah.
Withholding information.
Yeah. People have already texted in what my feelings are on this. To me, it's quite clear. But they are asking.
Yeah.
Right? They are going, what's some scenario? What's a scenario? What is a possibility? Brandon is on. Hey, Brandon, how are you?
Good. How are y'all?
Good. What do you think?
From a person who's been cheated on multiple times, I say the damage has already been done. But if he wants to win her over, they've been married 10 years. Renew your vows. Make new vows. Tell her you're committed to her and only her. You know, just go and renew your vows. That might win her over. You never know.
Right, a mulligan.
Right.
Yeah, pull a mulligan.
Yeah.
Pull that mulligan card. Pull it all day long.
You said that you've been cheated on multiple times, Brandon. Would that have worked with you?
No, because I stayed with someone who cheated on me 9 times.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Are you
But
blind? Are you blind?
Well, I lived 7.5 hours away from my family at the time. So I was kind of forced just to stick around because I was in a state I didn't know. I wasn't from that state. So I stuck around and rode out the roller coaster.
What was her excuse on the 7th time?
His excuse was I was away from the house for 2 weeks on walk, and he got lonely.
So this is your boyfriend?
Yeah, it was my ex.
Yeah.
But when he said that, I was like, yeah, I'm done. I took the call around midnight when he was drunk, took the call, and I left and never looked back.
Had to rip that Band-Aid, huh?
I just left. I was done.
Wait, that was the 7th time.
Yeah. And then
you
took the
came
call
back.
Took the call back because I was like, oh, maybe you changed. And the 9th time was finally the draw.
For him I'm just being really honest. Him cheating 9 times, do you blame him or yourself?
I blame myself for being blinded by love.
But it wasn't. No, it wasn't, though.
No. It was not my fault, but I mean, I kept going.
No,
back,
no, it's
so
your fault. It wasn't love.
It was my own stupidity trying to think I can change someone.
Right. Hope. Well, it was
You can't
hope.
be
You were
changed.
hoping.
Mhm.
You were hoping he'd
Well,
love
yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on, man. Brandon, have a great day, man.
You too.
All right. See you later.
These texts are great.
Scott is on. Hey, Scott, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, buddy. What do you think?
You know, let's be real. I love some of the comments, and you guys especially, but let's be real. You're not going to be able to give her a hall pass because we as men are never going to forget that. We're never going to stop dwelling on it. And, you know, and we're going to be the demise of that at that point. I think there's only one way to really do it. Either walk away because you can't tell me guilt took over after. You were enjoying it then. You went out for that purpose to go meet somebody. So either open this up to an open relationship, ask her, hey, do you want an open relationship, or walk away now, brother, because you lost it.
Let me ask you, Scott, what would be an argument they would have had that would have not justified him cheating, but going out and being completely reckless? Like what's something?
Well, she would have had to cheat. I mean, the only way I'm ever going to cheat is she walks to me and says she just cheated. I'm walking out. I'm going to get me some, and I'm done with this relationship.
But then, I mean, you're
I
not
mean, let's
really
be real
cheating
as
at that
men.
point, are you, Scott? You're not.
Well,
Mhm.
you know, until that divorce, I get it. But there's no hall pass or dinner or vacation. I agree with her vacation. That means she's not going to forget that. I don't care if 5 years down the road, that's going to be in every argument you have.
Mm-hmm.
So you might as well either walk away or open this thing up and let's become swingers.
Just walk up to her with a
Let's be real.
pineapple in hand.
Right on, man.
Upside down it, baby.
All right, Scott, have a great day, friend.
You too, guys.
All right, see you later.
Got a great idea to fix the situation.
I hear that, like, well, if she cheats, I'm going out right and cheating, and cheating right away. It's gonna be like the movie Hall Pass. I'm going to Applebee's and having wings and going to bed at 9. Like,
Yeah.
Right, because that's our routine now.
No,
That's where we're at.
no, I'm don't have the game. Like, what are you talking about? It's not like I'm turning down women every time I go out the door.
You go to the bar, you wait till about, 1:45-ish.
Oh,
You find the biggest woman with the least amount of teeth in her face, and you say, you're coming with me.
I gotta be honest. If I'm cheating as revenge, it ain't just gonna be on crumbs. Listener email, I'm about to get divorced from my wife of 10 years
Homeless
because
people eat out of garbage cans,
I
Corbin.
made a stupid mistake and had a one-night stand. We got in an argument. I left, went to the bar, and slept with some woman. Almost immediately, the guilt took over me. She's told me it's over. But I have to try. What can I do to get her or to give our marriage a second chance? Lindsay.
Okay, so he already did the most awful thing he could have done, and that was cheat. But he was honest. So he's got that going for him at least. And if he wants to work things out, he's going to have to take the blame and take whatever is coming to him. If she is pissed, let her be pissed and just take it. Take the anger and just wait it out and see what she wants to do. The ball is absolutely 100% in her court. So whatever she wants, she gets at this point. If you want to stay in this marriage, if she wants to go through therapy, then you guys are going to go to counseling together. If she wants just you to go to counseling, then you're going to have to go to counseling because the ball is absolutely 100% in her court.
Gimpy.
Yeah, man, there's really nothing you can do, honestly. Just sit back and take your lumps as they are. All right. If she wants it to work, she'll figure it out.
2945. And we are qualifying people for Harley Days of May. The way this works is you listen for that cue. It plays every hour on Thursdays, all day, every hour. So be listening for that cue. When you hear it, be the correct call and you get qualified. And Joe Coppinger of Bartlesville heard the cue. So, Joe, congratulations. Joe's in the running to win a 100th anniversary Harley-Davidson Dyna Wide Glide from Steel Horse Motorcycles, which is inside Oklahoma Outdoor World, just off Route 66 in Sapulpa. Make sure you're qualifying every hour from Steel Horse Motorcycles and 97.5 KMOD. Good morning, Lee.
Good morning, Corbin. Another thing that happens pretty much all day from 9 to 5, listen for the keyword while you work. You have a chance to score $1,000. Hear that keyword? Enter it online on the website that rocks, KMOD.com.
Good morning, Gimpy.
Morning, Corbin. If you can't get qualified on the air with us throughout the day, you can join me tonight at 4 Aces, 41st and Garnett. It's your chance to get registered to qualify to win that 100th anniversary Dyna White Glide.
All right, we are going to do Conspiracy Theory Thursday. This is where we talk about conspiracies and delve into them a skosh or unveil new things. And today is a new thing about an old conspiracy, and it has to do with a new list has emerged of associates of Jeffrey Epstein.
No.
The Wall Street Journal has uncovered a trove of previously unreported documents that included emails and his private calendar from 2013 to 2017. It's been in the Wall Street Journal and it's been in New York Magazine. Now, these are people that met with. It doesn't say, blah, blah, met with Epstein and arranged for girl A.
Right. They just had a meeting of sorts.
Yeah, it's on the personal calendar, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Ehud Barak is the former Israeli prime minister. He's on the list.
Mm. And
he was a regular guest of Jeffrey Epstein's at his Upper East Side townhouse for over 4 years.
Yeah, that's not a good look. That's not a good look. When they got a guy that's known for human trafficking and molestation of young women, and you're a regular at his home,
I mean,
it's not a good look for you, bro.
Okay, so to me, it's the idea of just going to someone's home as a regular.
Mm-hmm. You're spending a lot of time with that one person, no matter who it is.
I mean, the people that you go to homes on a regular basis are what? They're not necessarily predators.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But they do check a box. And that box is usually a love interest.
Right.
Or a family member.
Right. Someone close to you.
Super, super close, right?
Mm-hmm.
So were they super, super close? I don't know.
Yeah, but it's still just not a good look.
Or maybe an employee.
Yeah, except he was a prime minister of Israel.
Right.
Well, times are tough, man.
Yeah.
You got to get a side hustle somewhere.
Or a maid. Yeah, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Leon Bostein, he was the president of Baird College. Epstein had roughly 24 meetings scheduled with this guy over 4 years that are in the documents and all at his townhouse.
Huh.
Now, maybe this is an exception because he was under so much scrutiny that it was for Epstein's safety and security to always do meetings at his townhome.
Okay.
I might buy that.
Sure.
If you're a celebrity or someone of famous who has a questionable life or is under scrutiny, I could see you only hold meetings at your house.
Wouldn't you want to hold your meetings publicly though? So there's no confusion or speculation as to what's going on, because what happens behind closed doors in your private house or on your island, you don't know what's going on. My thought is if you meet at a cafe or at a Starbucks and you have a cup of coffee, it's wide open. Everybody can see there's no shady business going on.
Yeah.
What y'all are talking about, we don't know. But we know that kids aren't getting raped while you guys are in there.
Except I think that you're using just as a regular person. If his life was under scrutiny, then he can't have a public meeting because either people are throwing egg yolks at him or what.
Paparazzi's always around with their video cameras, listening in on their conversations. Yeah, putting it to TMZ.
I think to fairly evaluate it, you have to evaluate both sides of the coin.
Right.
Yeah, of course he was having it in his private home. And then also what would make that a good reason to do that? William Burns, the CIA director. He had 3 scheduled meetings in 2014 with Burns, who was at that point the deputy secretary of state in the Obama administration. I mean, there is a question of why would the deputy secretary of state need to have meetings with Jeffrey Epstein? Yeah, was he a financial guy? Yes. But why would he need to have that meeting?
Exactly. Unless there's something important to talk about.
3 different meetings.
Yeah, if you had financial questions for him, you could
do
that
he's
over
not
the phone.
He's not asking for which stock to invest in.
Right. Or is he?
No, he's not. That's not how that would work. So, like, that is a little bizarre. Why would that not be handled through back channels?
Right.
That he would have to, maybe he was the back channel.
Mm-hmm.
Noam Chomsky.
Nom.
You know who that is? He arranged several meetings with Chomsky in 2015 and 2016 when he was teaching at MIT, as well as a flight with Epstein aboard his private jet to New York to have a dinner at his townhouse with film director Woody Allen and his wife, Soon Yi Previn.
Well, this guy looks like he touches kids.
A professor at MIT.
Woody Allen already.
We already
know that's already out there.
Yes.
So now association with people who have been known for that.
Mm-hmm.
Joshua Cooper Ramo, who's a FedEx board member. Epstein scheduled more than a dozen meetings over the 4 years with him. And he was at that point the CEO of Henry Kissinger's consulting company. That doesn't feel like a giant crazy thing. I mean, when you are someone who has a lot of money, you're invested in your finger in a lot of things. You do some other things, business-wise. So, and charity, who knows?
Yeah.
And also maybe practicing child trafficking. Catherine Rumler, Goldman Sachs general counsel. Epstein scheduled more than 36 meetings with her starting in 2014. After she left the White House's counsel and joined the private sector as a partner at the law firm of Latham and Watkins. Interesting. That one's fascinating because I think we were all surprised that it was a female, not that females can't engage in sex trafficking.
Right.
Or purchasing of women or whatever. But she had that many meetings. Well, I mean, you could argue that he was trying to get insider information of how the White House ran.
That would make sense.
What were his legal responsibilities? Maybe he had a business adventure, especially if they were a consulting company.
Right.
That's not out of the... It is plausible that he conducted business meetings out of his townhome.
Yeah. Yeah, not everything happened on the island, right? Or, in an office building.
Terje Rod Larsen, a Norwegian diplomat. He was a fixture at Epstein's New York townhome between 2013 and a fixture.
That means you've been there. That's you're there a lot, right? Like if you're a fixture, that means you spend a lot of time in one spot.
Yeah. That the staff knew to have cucumbers ready for his gin.
Ew.
He also received a personal loan from Epstein, as well as a donation to his nonprofit.
That's not a good look.
Yeah.
They know who you are. They know you want extra cucumbers with your gin.
And they have them ready, even though we don't know when you're going to show up.
Right. I go to the town pump. I don't even make it through the front door, and they've got a cold beer waiting for me because they know that's what I want.
Because you're a fixture there.
Yeah, exactly. That's not a good look, man.
I mean, it isn't automatic guilt.
True.
Just because you go to a bar and they know your beer doesn't mean that you're involved in whatever inner workings are happening.
That's a true statement
there.
But when you're talking, there's a difference between me going to the bar and then these high-profile people going to a person's island or a person's house who is known for human trafficking.
Yeah, well, none of these are the island. These are just his house. Right. They've all been his townhouse. And to them, that might be the bar.
Okay.
Some people have a house that's the house.
I'm going to go hang out at Jeffrey's house for a little while. I'll be back.
Yeah.
Some people, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't imagine. He didn't have 1,000 square footer.
Right.
Right? He probably had a house that had a bar area.
Right. Yeah, maybe so. Who knows?
Epstein, a former financier and broker, was first convicted on child prostitution charges back in 2005. Despite this, he was able to grow increasingly powerful over the next decade until he was eventually arrested in 2019 on charges of sex trafficking minors in New York and Florida. A month after his arrest, he died in his cell that was ruled a suicide by hanging, which has been a source of constant scrutiny amongst us conspiracy dorks.
Yeah. Didn't just hang himself.
So, like, the people that did cucumbers for what's his name, they know.
They know. Like the inner workings
They know.
and like what this guy was doing.
They know what that was happening there.
Well, yeah, because they know the guy well enough that he wants extra cucumbers with his gin. Weird, by the way, but still.
There's some people that, some people like, onions with their gin martinis.
That's weird too, but nonetheless.
I agree, but I think martinis are weird.
Nonetheless.
Who likes kerosene?
Yeah, they know. They know that guy's in there, what he's in there for exactly. So here's the question for you. Why are we not rounding up these employees and asking, hey, what happened? What really went on in these, either at the island or at his townhouse, whatever?
Devil's advocate, something is up.
Okay.
Right? Like they're dead.
Mm-hmm.
They're scared to talk. But even if they were scared to talk, they would have continual communication with them.
Right. And plus there's witness protection. I mean, that is a thing. So that why couldn't you just place them in that?
Yes, but if your witness protection is provided by the people that were playing a part, you may not trust it.
Right.
I see what you got going on there. Yeah. They're running the witness protection. They could easily kill me because they're in on it.
Right.
Or whatever the case is.
Or you go, hey, you just have to meet with the prosecuting attorney or whatever, and he's one of the people you saw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It gets deep, man. It's very deep.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, he surrounded himself with plenty of people to protect.
Epstein.
Yeah.
Surrounded himself, yeah.
Yeah.
To protect him.
Yeah. He took vulnerable people, gave them donations, financially or personal loans.
Right.
And then it's not out of the realm of possibility that he asked for favors or made a presumed assumption of favors.
That would make sense. Hey, remember that $500,000 I gave you for whatever? Yeah. I'm going to need you to make sure my case doesn't make it to the bench.
If I give Gimpy $100,000, which the loans from him to that other guy were way more, there may be a sense of payback from Gimpy to me for doing that.
Yeah, I would owe you something.
Definitely protecting my flank for sure.
At bare minimum.
Yeah, that's just part of the deal.
Yeah.
That's not even what you will pay me back with.
Right. Oh, man.
Smart business people set up IOUs after IOU after IOU.
Right. Keep them on the hook.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a drug.
That makes sense.
Because if you're a diplomat, you're not exactly working paycheck to paycheck.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Text says, was his townhouse nicknamed the Pizza Shop? Pizzagate.
Yeah, I don't know.
The super rich do business different than the average Joe. Sure, some of them were pedo bears, but super rich do business with acquaintances, ask for referrals, friends of friends, hire the friend's kid, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah, the problem with that statement, and I'm not saying they're wrong, is that you're giving advice or knowledge about how something works if you've never been in it.
Right.
It's just hearsay. That's kind of like when a girl breaks up with her boyfriend and she, makes comments about his genitalia.
Right.
You don't know for sure unless you were in that system. You don't know. You're just making an assumption what you read in a book or on a blog.
Right. Or might have, speculated what you saw or something to that effect.
We've demonstrated many times on this show about things you see on TV that aren't true.
Yeah.
Someone else said that Epstein's townhouse was huge and it cost $77 million. It was also filled with hidden cameras he used to extort people.
I could see that. But much to Corbin's side, how do we know? We weren't there.
And maybe that's why he had meetings at his townhouse, so he could use the hidden cameras to extort people.
Oh, but you don't think that he didn't have hidden cameras all over his island or
Sure,
wherever he's
probably.
at, would make sense. Be like, why do you have so many teddy bears around there?
Furthermore, Susan, most people that have 29,000 square foot homes, which is what his townhome, hardly a townhome.
Right.
He ain't hearing the neighbors. Is they have cameras. And he was worth so much money. You don't think he could have just had a surveillance team anywhere?
True statement. And a handle, delete any kind of evidence that may not want to be out there. But I mean, I guess if you're using it as a blackmail sort of thing, you wouldn't delete it. You hold on to it.
Yeah. So he wouldn't need to lure them to there to blackmail them. He'd be able to do it anywhere.
Good
or
point.
he'd set him up, to go to a rub and tug. And then he'd have the video and be like, I got you. And then have a meeting in the park.
Right.
So I don't think the townhome is, but if you do something on the reg there, hold all your business meetings. When you do something bad in that same location,
right,
it's got the cover of all the good ones you've done.
Right. Like this text here says, once had my taxes done and I showed up to this address in the neighborhood. In this house, every room is set up as an office with people doing taxes. Weird? Yep. Felt illegal? Yep. Didn't get audited, so play ball. And so maybe his townhouse was set up like an office. It wasn't your typical home like we would think of.
Yes. Yes, but there are plenty of homes that are set up like businesses. Go up and down Cherry Street.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't hardly mean they're doing something illegal.
Right. But they're not all Jeffrey Epsteins in this world either,
If you go down a dirt road and it's the only building with no signs and you open the door and there's just a waiting room with no signage and then someone appears from a door and is like, yeah, I think you have merit in that feeling.
Definitely.
And then you go behind the closed door and it's this vast room of desk after desk and people are working diligently. I'm on board with you.
Right.
But if they had a sign out front that said America Tax Service.
Right. It's totally legit.
And you could see into the windows.
Or it's a front.
There are plenty of places that operate in broad daylight with the sign and everything that are not.
Right.
So,
the thing about the rub and tugs. It says it's a massage parlor. But, it's just different parts of getting massaged.
So anyway, here we are. I got this story and I saw the headline. And I was like, oh, okay. Let's see some names. Huh.
Yeah.
It was pretty anticlimactic.
But at the same time, they get the people want something. We need something, right? So who's to say that the government wouldn't redact a bunch of names or just come up with a different list that has the names of a bunch of nobodies, you see what I'm saying?
So you're telling me this journalist or journalist people got some names and they went to go put them out and they were like, well, we better hold on. Let's not give the good ones yet.
Well, maybe not so much the journalist, but if they were approached by somebody within the government, who is on this side, this is kind of goes back to the whole witness protection thing. The FBI is in on it and the FBI runs the witness protection. Why are you going to trust them? They're in on it. So it's one of those, it's like, they're in on it.
Yeah.
You think they're telling the journalists you can't take these names.
Yeah.
You can have these names, but you cannot publish these names.
Yeah.
Or they're getting paid.
Who took the names? The journalist did not go into Epstein's townhouse, find this.
No, they went through open records.
Exactly. So before it hits open records, let's just go ahead and clear out a bunch of this jive.
But it would show redacted or removed, or it'd go from 12 to 13 or 12 to 16 or something. All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back.
More of the Big Mad Morning Show is next.
Lightsabers with her boyfriend. Yeah, he got a girlfriend. Anyhow, that's a different story. So the employee goes and tells the manager calls the cops come out and they talk to Jorge, and Jorge's like, yeah, man, I've been doing this for like 6 years. I've got like over 500 videos on my phone. Here, you want to see some? And he ends up sharing some of the videos with the police. Anyhow, the woman, the 18-year-old woman, had no idea she had been filmed. Old Jorge told the police that he does this because they're hard to find on the internet and that
My
he uses
goodness.
them for gratification.
Hey, he is an entrepreneur.
Yes, he's helping out. He's providing a service.
At Disney, we want go-getters.
Yeah.
Solving problems.
Yeah. Well, Jorge got popped for video voyeurism. That's what he's in trouble
This
for.
story feels familiar. I know it's not the same story, but I feel like we've read a story before about somebody doing this, but it was some other child predator thing or something, but it was like a janitor or somebody in the back.
They say here's not the first time this has happened at the Disney World or whatever. It says back in 2018, Eric King, a Walt Disney World cast member, was caught using his phone in an employee-only men's room at Disney's Animal Kingdom and was charged with video voyeurism. Another member said that he was at the urinal when he noticed that Mr. King was filming him under the nearby bathroom stall.
I'm kicking somebody.
Oh, for sure. And then here's a fun one. Yambao Zhang, a Chinese national. I'm sure that's not how you pronounce his name. He pleaded guilty to voyeurism in 2014 after he took pictures of girls between the ages of 4 and 7 while he was vacationing at the Magic Kingdom.
Listen, I'm sure the Disney jail's awesome. Yeah. Because that's where I would be going because I am assaulting an MFer.
In a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. I don't know if they're like, let's say I'm at the urinal, like taking a whiz, and I look down and there's a phone filming me. I'm just going to piss on the phone.
Yeah, my aim's going to get really bad really quick.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, if I find out that you were videoing my little girls, that's a different story.
Cattle with tongues missing found in Texas. It's a bizarre story where authorities are investigating the mysterious deaths of about a half dozen cattle, and they were found with their tongues cut out. Ranchers in Madison County are looking, that's about 100 miles north of Houston. They said they found mutilated remains of 6-year-old longhorn cross cow last week with their tongue cleanly cut and removed. Sheriff's office said it learned about five similar cases in the neighboring counties. There's no signs of struggle. There's no footprints. There's no tracks. And grass around the carcasses wasn't disturbed.
Oh, well, then it had to be aliens then.
Well, of course.
Of course. I don't know, man. They say cow tongue's pretty good. So, I mean, maybe the aliens got, a new taco recipe or something. They're like, hey, we need.
Is it chunga? Is that what chungura?
Fresh cow tongue.
I forget what it's called, but yeah, cow tongue tacos are yummy, yummy, yummy. I like a good tongue taco. I saw yesterday, or maybe it was this morning, that in an interview with Bam Margera's family, he left a crazy message to them, and apparently they played it, and he's on the run.
Really?
Yeah.
Like he admitted it legit. He is on the run, running from
the police.
Yeah, with a girl, her kid, and meth.
Some other girl.
Yeah, some other girl.
Yeah.
We're going to run out of meth eventually, but okay.
And my thing is like, come on, man. What you're facing isn't that crazy. You didn't rob a bank.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like you would be going to prison for a long time.
Right. It was assault, right?
Yeah, yes.
In a sense, yeah.
But it would be knocked down pretty far.
Yeah.
If he even stuck, right?
But the thought of doing time in the big house makes people just zoom.
Yeah, except it probably wouldn't be the big house.
No, it'd be a little house.
Yeah.
County house.
And so like you would probably would help. And you're just like treating it like you're Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah. Right. With a kid.
Right.
Yeah.
That's something Bonnie had. But like you're just running like, come on, don't do this.
He's going to get caught up. He is too recognizable to not be caught up somewhere. You know what I'm saying? If we were here, let's say we're having lunch at Sam's Southern Eatery, and Bam's sitting there eating some of that delicious fried shrimp or whatever.
It's funny you bring that up because Lindsay and I just this morning, my wife flew out of town yesterday for some work. And in the airport, she sees one of the ladies from Real Housewives of Orange County. And she's like, is this Vicky? And I'm like, sure. Because I watch it occasionally with my wife a lot. And so Lindsay does her stealth, sleuthing and finds out she's got family here.
Yeah.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. Like somebody is going to be like, hey, man.
Yeah, that's Bam.
That's Bam.
Side note, Pippi Longstockings is moving to Tulsa. Just thought I'd let you know.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Well, The gal who played Pippi Longstockings in the 90s movie, Erin something another, I think that's her name. I had seen it on the Facebook. She went and visited the Outsiders House Museum, posted a picture of it and says, I'm so excited to move to Tulsa, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, that's cool. Pippi Longstockings, huh? Totally deserve that. Yes.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You know better. She gets passes. You know better.
I'm just figuring while we're talking about actors and
Tammy
actresses.
Aaron, is that her name?
Yeah, that's your name. Tammy Aaron.
You had your chance 15 minutes ago to bring up that name and put her on a list.
That's true.
Right.
So
She would've been excellent.
now you're getting finger shamed
Oh,
for Leroy Jenkins. For shame.
How often do
Your
I Leroy
atonement is going to be
Jenkins?
big.
How often do I Leroy Jenkins? Come on. Not that often.
Dude. Okay. But you may do a look. This is a complete
This is
Leroy
full-blown.
Jenkins.
Drag that drink.
Yeah.
Sound.
So much, in fact, I don't even know what to do now. That was a giant Leroy.
Yeah. Well, you might just be able to see Pippi in town somewhere. But yeah, dead Jerry Springer.
I wouldn't even know Pippi Longstocking if she came up to me and said, I'm Pippi Longstocking.
Really? You never
Pigtails
would, huh?
sticking out.
Unless she has the pigtails.
She has aged a little bit since her role as Pippi Longstocking.
She's still adorable.
She sure is.
I mean, I don't know how recent this picture is, but
What's her name?
Tammy Aaron.
Aaron. Tammy with an I and one M.
I'm just looking at the people. Why is ABBA coming up? Pippi, because it's a book. For those who don't know, it's a book.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she did the New Adventures of Pippi Longstocking, and in '88, that was one of the movies that she did.
Tammy?
Yeah.
One M and an I, and then Aaron. E-R-I-N.
Yeah, she looks. Whoa.
She's 48.
Yeah, she is.
She's
Yeah,
from
she
Wheaton,
is.
Illinois, originally.
She has changed since her Pippi days.
Yeah. What is that? I don't know what's happening.
Did I throw a whole wrench in your system with Pippi Longstockings? My bad.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing?
Why are you commenting on her page, Mr. I don't do social media?
Because I'd seen that she was moving, and I was like, that's awesome. I'd love to have you on and talk to you about
what?
Being Pippi Longstocking.
Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show. Conspiracy Theory Thursday. And the official in charge of secret Pentagon effort to investigate unexplained aerial incursions has co-authored an academic paper that presents an out-of-world theory. Recent objects could actually be alien probes from a mothership sent to study Earth.
Mothership being a much larger than what we
Yeah.
normally see around here.
Yeah, not the fathership.
Right. Which is way bigger than the mothership.
It means business.
Yeah, it ain't messing around. You know,
When you see the fathership,
you better run. Better run.
That's where it's serious.
Don't make me tell the fathership.
Paper drafted March 7th. Sean Kirkpatrick, head of the Pentagon's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, and a Harvard professor named Avid Loeb, teamed up to write that the objects which appear to defy all physics could be, quote, probes from a parent craft. More than half of the 5-page paper is devoted to discussing the possibility that the unexplained objects DOD is studying could be the probes in the mothership scenario, including most of the page-long introduction. One section is titled The Extraterrestrial Possibility and Propulsion Methods. The paper explains that interstellar objects such as cigar-shaped Oumuamua,
Sure.
Oumuamm, just call it Ship 1, and then Ship 2. The scientists spotted flying through the galaxy in 2017 could potentially be a parent craft that releases many small probes. during its close passage to Earth.
Here's a theory for you on ship Amawamawa. It looks like a giant turd. So who's to say that this isn't a collection of feces that's let out from astronauts that have been in space through the beginning of time? And they all just merge together in space because they're just turds floating around, right? And then make one big mega turd. And then that's what we see as ship Amawamawa.
The authors of the paper acknowledge that they do not know for sure that there are any functioning extraterrestrial crafts near Earth, but the Galileo Project, which is one of the authors' privately funded academic efforts to look for UFOs, intends to investigate this possibility.
Mm-hmm.
The AARO team at the Pentagon was created last year to place a task force within the Office of Naval Intelligence, previously looking for UFOs. AARO was established by Congress to serve as the focal point for the government-wide investigation into hundreds of reports of unidentified aerial phenomenons, including many that appear to perform highly advanced maneuvers. It's kind of like the idea that no one wants to acknowledge that when we were trying to go to the moon, there was a lot of testing of different theories on how to get there with equipment.
Okay.
And so were the Russians.
Mm-hmm.
And no one wants to acknowledge that those may have been just failed attempts or test flights or whatever.
The UFOs that we've
at that
seen
time.
At that time.
And now there's so much more testing that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, you can buy kits at home and try and test stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
One more. I like to go get donuts for my girls on Saturday morning. I get up early. I go do it. And so I was driving back and I saw a weird blinking light in my neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's weird. And I stopped my car. I'm not joking. I stopped my car and I got out and I looked at it and I deciphered that it was a drone.
Okay. Like personal drone.
Someone's personal drone.
Mm-hmm.
Flying a drone at 5:45 in the morning on a Saturday.
Uh-huh.
People are weird, man.
Yeah.
And maybe they were up all night
Mm-hmm.
building this thing and were so excited to test it. I don't know.
Right.
But with the point I'm making is the availability people have to do things on their own in their own home.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what you're seeing?
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily mean it's an alien, okay?
Right.
I'm not saying it's aliens.
But it's aliens.
It's aliens.
But it's aliens.
It's got to be aliens.
I come from the idea of I do believe in aliens. I do believe maybe they've been here. I just think there's no evidence. And they were like, well, that's not interesting.
Right.
And they moved on.
Mm-hmm. But
Kind of like how you all drive by those historical markers on the highway.
some people stop. Most people don't.
A lot of people don't.
Mm-hmm.
They go, I should stop one day. And then they just keep going.
Yep. Yeah, maybe that's the case.
But I love when we read papers or we find stuff about anything and they're like, could be a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
That's word salad.
Yeah.
There's no real merit in that sentence.
But that's how they hook you with the could be's, the maybes, the mights. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There could be a chance if I would be willing to try and put some effort into the idea that I could and will possibly win the Powerball.
Blah, 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 blah. Huh?
Yeah.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Yes.
I want to keep it relevant.
You got to take a break. We'll be back.
Let's rock. More of the Big Mad Morning Show is
To me, the name was just so obvious. There's no way you're going to call an actual spa that.
Right, the health center. Supreme Heights, Day Spa
Corbin.
Dispensary. Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin would be correct. All right, so we're looking at 8 to 5, Lindsay.
Okay.
All right, we're down in the home stretch of this thing. All right. The Enchanted Cottage, Day
Corbin.
Spa Dispensary. Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin is incorrect. That is a day spa.
Why are people calling here asking if we have weed?
Got any specials on an ounce, man?
It's called Enchanted.
Wildflower, Day Spa
Corbin.
or Dispensary. Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
That is incorrect, Corbin. Wildflower is a day spa. All right, Clover Patch, Tulsa, Day Spa or
Lindsay.
Dispensary. Lindsay.
Dispensary.
Lindsay would be correct.
What's the score?
6-8, Corbin's
Okay.
lead. All right, the Merry Mind, Day Spa or
Lindsay.
Dispensary. Lindsay.
Spa.
Lindsay. The Merry Mind is a dispensary. All right, the Relax Station, Day Spa
Corbin.
or Dispensary. Corbin.
That is a spa.
That is correct. Corbin is up 9-6. Path to Wellness, Day Spa or Dispensary.
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Dispensary.
Lindsay, Path to Wellness is a
Oh,
day
I'm
spa.
sorry. I thought you said packed.
Oh, yeah. Was that the
wellness.
problem?
No, I thought you said packed.
Sure, yes. Let me enunciate a little bit more, shall we? All right, let's see here. Heirloom, Day Spa or Dispensary? Heirloom, Day Spa or Dispensary?
Corbin.
Corbin.
That's a dispensary.
Corbin, Heirloom is a day spa. You're still in the lead, 9-6. He's okay. Tulsa Garden, Day Spa or Dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay. Day
Spa.
Spa or Dispensary. The Tulsa Garden is a day spa. Good job, Lindsay.
Score.
Looking at 9-7, Corbin's lead. Bella Roma Medical, Day Spa or Dispensary? Corbin.
Dispensary.
Corbin, Bella Roma Medical is a day spa. Stonebrook, Day Spa or Dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Spa.
Yes, you are correct, Lindsay. We are now 9-8, neck and neck. Who is going to win, Day Spa or Dispensary, and walk away with a big, big prize? Stone Age Meds, Day Spa
Corbin.
or Dispensary? Corbin.
That is a spa.
Corbin. The Stone Age Meds is a dispensary. Uptown Wellness, Day Spa or Dispensary?
Corbin.
Corbin.
That is a spa.
Corbin. Uptown Wellness is a dispensary.
Really?
We only got 2 left here.
Okay.
All right. So we got a chance to tie it and a breaker if we can do this. All right. Pura, Day Spa or
Corbin.
Dispensary? Corbin.
Dispensary.
Corbin is correct. Pura is a dispensary, puts him with the win, 10-8. I'll go ahead and give you the last one, see if you can guess it. Stonebrook, Day Spa or Dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Spa.
Lindsay would have been correct, which wouldn't matter because it's 10-9. Corbin is the big winner. Congratulations, Corbin.
What'd I get?
You want to know what you got?
Yeah.
My friend, I tell you, you have won my leftover potatoes. That's right, Corbin. I had dinner last night.
I love it. That's awesome, man. I'm actually kind of hungry, so I think that's a fantastic
This is
gift.
perfect.
And you're not a horrible cook.
No.
So that's great. But, I just think it's just an honor to win. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to Lindsay. She put in a valiant effort.
Listen,
And,
Corbin,
I just appreciate the competitiveness. And, I'm just one guy on a team, and we're just a team trying to make the thing happen. And, it's an honor to be a part of the Ford Truck Series and anything I can do to make this Hilton Hotel team do the best I can.
Well, Corbin, I'm glad that you accepted and decided to give your prize of potatoes to the loser of the game, but that's not all that you're going to win. All right? So not only do you get my leftover dinner from last night, my potatoes and a little bit of steak with some cheese on top, I'm also going to hook you up with a 6-pack of Twisted Tea.
Oh.
Set right up front because nobody wants it. So I
Yeah.
grabbed a pack and you get
Yeah.
to take it home with
Again, you put
Twisted
zero
Tea.
effort into the prize.
Yeah.
Again, I'm just real grateful that this Hilton Honors team did the best they could, and we'll make sure part of the Ford Truck Series continues. So I'd like to give it to my second place. His second isn't winning. So
Dude,
All right.
Twisted Tea is a great beer fridge for guests.
Right, right.
item.
Well, congratulations, Lindsay. You got yourself some old mushed potatoes and some warm Twisted Tea for losing on Day Spa or Dispensary.
this says I'm about to get divorced from my wife of 10 years because I made a stupid mistake and had a one-night stand. We got in an argument. I left, went to the bar, slept with some woman, and almost immediately the guilt took over me. She has told me it's over, but I have to try. What can I do to get her to give our marriage a second chance? 918-460-KMOD. BMMS. Then whatever you think he should do to 82945. Let's entertain the idea. What are some things he could do? How about a vacation?
Ooh.
You and me, let's have a vacation. Let's go to some beautiful exotic place and talk out my inability to keep my penis in my pants.
Yeah.
Having kids usually fixes that situation.
That maybe if you're lucky, you'll get to do that.
Vacations are nice. Absolutely.
Can you work on a
But
problem on a vacation, Lindsay?
I don't think so. Because
This
once
isn't a
you get
problem. This is a
back-
crack in the foundation.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Because once you get back, everything's right there, you know? Yeah.
What are some other
And
things he could try?
I think he
Entertain the
begs,
idea. No
goes
bad
on
ideas.
hands and knees and
Begs?
what do you want me to? I will do anything you want me to do.
Yeah. Horrible way to get into a conversation with somebody, right? And this is why. Because you want to fix it, you have to come up with ideas. Not me.
Mm-hmm.
You want to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I have to tell you how to fix your problem?
Mm-hmm.
Not just this, any scenario, if you have to go to the person and be like, tell me what I have to do to fix this, then you shouldn't be in it. It's a horrible way to get into a conversation with somebody to try and rectify a problem. Because it means you don't know. You haven't even entertained ideas.
Right.
How about a candlelight dinner?
That's
not
good
enough.
and gravy and all, but the distractions there, man. You're not going to be able to enjoy your candlelight dinner. You know, you're not going to be able to do much of anything fun, a vacation or anything like that, because there's a giant elephant in the room.
Again, we're just trying to convince for a second chance. What about a spa day?
Sure. I'll go ahead and let you spend your money on me so I can go and feel better.
Yeah, is he
about
going to send
myself.
her on a spa day? I think he needs to go to her and definitely he needs to know from her what she expects from him.
I don't think
what he wants her to
Come
do.
on, Lindsay.
Come
Come on, Lindsay.
Taking
Come on,
her-
Lindsay.
What?
What he expects of her?
What
Don't have
she
sex with
wants him
other
to do.
people.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what the expectation is.
Absolutely. But he's done it. He's done the damage.
Yeah, so we're
He's
talking about a
done the
second
damage.
chance.
Exactly.
So what do we're just talking about crazy ideas.
Yep.
Commit to
Yeah.
an idea, Lindsay.
Yeah. So going on vacation, sure, it's nice, but now he gets to go on a vacation too. It's almost like, I don't know if I want to go on a vacation with you right now.
Hall pass. You want a crazy idea? Give her a hall pass.
Give
her an opportunity to even Stevens this thing.
Mhm. And she doesn't have to tell him about it. Ever.
Well, no, she knows about his, so I feel like it has to be
only
even.
fair, yeah.
If it's even, it's even.
No.
Why do you not get to tell anybody?
Maybe she doesn't even take him up on it. He'll never know.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Let him wonder. Did she or didn't she?
yeah. Usually works.
Hey, usually does.
Yeah.
Withholding information.
Yeah. People have already texted him what my feelings are on this. To me, it's quite clear. But they are asking.
Yeah.
Right? They are going, what's some scenario? What's a scenario? What is a possibility? Brandon is on. Hey, Brandon, how are you?
Good. How are y'all?
Good. What do you think?
From a person who's been cheated on multiple times, I say the damage has already been done. But if he wants to win her over, they've been married 10 years. Renew your vows. Make new vows. Tell her you're committed to her and only her. Just go and renew your vows. That might win her over. You never know.
Right, a mulligan.
Right.
Yeah, pull a mulligan.
Yeah.
Pull that mulligan card. Pull it all day long.
You said that you've been cheated on multiple times. Good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show. 918-460-KMOD is the phone number. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. Joining us on the line from his big oak desk overlooking One Oak Field is Mike Malega from the Tulsa Drillers. Hello, friend.
Good morning. Good morning, Corbin.
Like, it's a giant oak desk, right?
Oh, it's massive, dude. Massive. Lots of drawers. It's amazing.
Takes up like half the room.
For some reason, it smells of rich mahogany.
Yeah, right.
I don't get it.
Man,
Yes,
so-
and the fine Corinthian leather on the couch.
Man, the Drillers are hot right now. I think, if I remember correctly, it's some of the hottest pitching happening in the Texas League is happening down at One Oak Field with the Tulsa Drillers.
Yeah, I mean, our starters just continue to amaze, and we're like 6 or 7 deep in the starting rotation. So we're piggybacking a couple of guys, where we'll throw a starter for 3 innings or 4 innings and another starter for another 3 or 4. And I think combined, I mean, our earned run average on those guys is like less than a run and a half. So it's pretty amazing. If we score some runs, we seem to be winning.
Yeah, and I was talking with Justin Gorski yesterday as the Drillers are in town for a good homestand. Back-to-back fireworks tonight, $2 Thursdays. We get $2 beer, soda, hot dogs. But the division right now is so tight. I mean, it's one night, depending on how the wins and losses falls, you could have a complete change up in the standings, which we're so early on in the season. But it talks about how great the level of ball play is happening down at One Oak Field.
Yeah, no doubt. It's really starting to show like it's us and the Mariners affiliate, which is the Arkansas Travelers, which has been a longtime rival of ours. They're right up there at the top with us. We just dropped 4 out of 6 in Little Rock, and that's kind of the difference in the standings right now. We're 1 game out of first place, but we've won the last 2 and feeling pretty good about ourselves. Actually, won the last 3.
And one of the longest homestands you'll have all season is just getting started down at One Oak Field. As a guy who's been a part of the Drillers for so long and a big baseball fan, do you love these long homestands?
I don't mind them. I wouldn't want to do too many of them. This is one time. This is the only time this year we'll play 12 games in 13 days. So a lot of action down at One Oak Field. But this is the time of the year that we want to do it. Other than the rain, that we're seeing today, it's generally the temperatures are awesome. It's a good time of year to have this. But the long ones, you don't want too many of those things because it just wears the fans out.
And talking about other sports news, the rule changes with Major League Baseball have shown to be all the boxes are getting checked to show this was a good move for Major League Baseball.
Yeah. I mean, I think they had the track record. I think we talked about it before. I mean, we did all of those rules in the minors for the last year, 2 years. We've tried those things out, and they got a lot of great data on it. They knew what impact on the game that those changes were going to have, specifically the pitch clock, and it has played out true to form at the big league level. So it's been all good. I think everybody is pleased with the results for sure.
Yeah, and one pitcher that it's definitely not bothering at all is Shohei Ohtani. He is killing it. He had another crazy milestone that happened just last night, 500 strikeouts as a pitcher and 100 home runs as a hitter. I mean, he's a beast, right?
He's a beast. I mean, he's literally, it's hard to even say it, but he's literally like a top 5 hitter and a top 5 pitcher in Major League Baseball. I mean, one dude. I wonder what he's going to get paid after this season. It's going to be insane.
And we're still early in his career, right? Is he at his peak now? I mean, I know that's kind of hard to predict, but there's still a lot of exciting things to come from this guy.
Oh my God. Yeah. He's young. He's like mid-20s. I mean, I don't even think he's hit his prime yet. And this is really only like his 4th season in Major League Baseball. He was very young when he got over here, and he excels just on both sides. I think last night he pitched against the Cardinals. I want to say he went 5 innings and might have struck out 13. I mean, that's basically, 13 out of the 15 outs he registered were via strikeout. I mean, the guy is just nasty. And, on the flip side of it, I think he had like 2 or 3 hits. So, the guy is just a two-way player, and you just don't hear about that very often, certainly not in baseball. So it's kind of amazing.
Another thing that's happening online, we're talking with Mike Malega from the Tulsa Drillers, and I don't know if this is an old video, but it shows Wander Franco of the Rays, and he gets a ball hit to him, and he kind of flips it around, kind of showboaty stuff, and then throws it to first, and he does get the out, but people are kind of crushing him for a little too much showboating, of which I say, shut your mouth. Like, I want to see these guys. They're elite players. As long as you get the out, it's fine. But where are you with the showboatiness that happens sometimes at the major league level?
I like showboating. I'm fine with bat flips, and I'm fine with, having a little fun with it. But, if that was my guy and he flips that thing up in the air and he gets the out like Franco did, I'm like, okay, that's great. But then the next time he does it and he freaking bounces the ball to first base and the guy ends up running down to second, then you're like, okay, that's enough is enough. So not a smart play. fun to watch. Not smart though.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with it mostly because at the major league level, baseball in particular, guys struggle so much to be able to show their character or identity as a player because they're all dressed the same. You know, there was a friend of mine cuts hair, and he talks about like the reason ballparks and teams started having in clubhouse barbers and stuff was because guys wanted to have their own identity. There was just no way to show who they were, or they grow crazy beards or whatever. So for me, it's a way for players to kind of just show who they are.
Well, you know, I mean, that's fine. I can see it. I can see it either way. I mean, if he wants to do that 50 times, I would just like to see what his success rate is. If he turns about 4 or 5 routine ground balls to shortstop into throwing errors because of showboating, then I think they'll put the end to that real quick.
Yeah, well, they're still playing great, so it doesn't really matter. But
yeah, they got some wiggle room.
Yeah, they're fine for a little moving around. So, but the Tulsa Drillers are also playing great. Long homestand. Make sure you go see them in action. San Antonio's in town. We got $2 Thursdays tonight. Back-to-back fireworks, Mike. This is something that you say Tulsa Drillers fireworks. They just kind of go hand in hand, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the fans love it. You know, the company outings and the church outings and all the groups, they love coming out when we have fireworks. And, you know, it's 2023. So we figured we'd shoot 23 fireworks shows this year, 2 of them this weekend, tomorrow, Saturday.
Yeah. So if you want tickets, make sure you go to TulsaDrillers.com, print and buy your tickets right there. And make sure you go visit One Oak Field and see your Tulsa Drillers in action. Mike, thanks for taking the time.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend, and hopefully we'll see you at the ballpark soon.
All right. Thanks. That's Mike. We'll be back.
Bells to the Wall Sports is powered by Miller Lite.
Another one. Expecting a tour.
Oh, yeah.
You don't walk in and be like, give me a tour.
No, I don't.
I totally do. I love snooping around.
Because I don't want someone to do that to me. Because what if your bedrooms aren't clean or the bathroom's not clean?
Then they'll let you know.
Yeah.
Furthermore, Susan, they shouldn't be having company over if that's the case. Bedroom, maybe. Right. Bathrooms, though, clean that ass up if you're having company come over.
Another one. Overstaying your welcome.
Right.
How long? What's the good amount of time to stay at someone's house?
Depends on what the activity is.
Yeah.
Let's say dinner.
Oh, okay.
Couple hours.
2 hours after dinner. After 2 hours.
So you show up at 6, 8, get out.
Because now it's time for the family to wind down.
Yeah.
And start doing their own nightly routine.
And I think it depends on who it is too. Like you always know, I think, depending on which friend it is.
Snooping.
Oof.
Yeah.
Opening the cabinet.
Yeah, you
to
don't
look
do
through the
that.
medicine cabinet. You feel like you give the vibe that you do that.
No, I don't do that.
Okay, it's not an insult. I'm just saying
Yeah.
it gives a vibe.
Why? What
Because
gives
you're
that
nosy.
vibe?
You're very nosy.
What makes me nosy?
Well, you'll walk into a room when a conversation's happening going, wait, what are we talking about?
Oh.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You love knowing other people's gossip?
Yeah. I'll watch those gossip shows.
No, I'm talking
they're
like
there
personal
for.
gossip. I'm not talking about TV shows.
Yeah, if we're here, I don't want to miss out on anything, for sure.
Yeah, that's nosy.
Yeah.
Bringing an uninvited +1.
Yeah. Because now you're forcing the other people to like entertain somebody they don't know. It just makes
Right,
everything.
or don't like.
Exactly. And it's not your place to be inviting somebody else over.
Feeding their dog.
Huh? Oh, like table scraps or something?
I think that's what they mean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't imagine you'd be like, where's your chow chow so I can put it in the bowl? Yeah. Some people do that. Some people think that because they feed their dogs table scraps or popcorn or whatever, that they can do that with your dog.
That's good that your dog's stomach has adapted to that. But now you're going to make your friend's dog crap all over their house because it's not used to that.
Showing up empty-handed.
I don't think that's that bad. I mean, do I have to bring potato salad every time I come over?
No.
Exactly.
No, I always take something.
Yeah. I always take a bottle of wine.
Okay.
Always.
All right. I usually got my medicine on me, so that just works out perfectly.
Yeah, but that's not extra, right? Like you said, it's like offering him a cigarette.
Right. I don't have to share with you, though. That's the thing. I don't have to.
Yes, but you're not going out of your way is the point, right?
Listen, I'm the guy that goes to Walmart and gets the cookies for the potluck that we're having here at work, okay? Do you expect more from me?
Yeah, I think if you go to someone's house and they're making, like, let's just say dinner still, you got to take something.
Yeah.
I did. I brought
Even
my
a
appetite.
dessert or wine, whatever.
Yeah.
Something.
It's just manners, Gimpy, right?
Right. Yeah, sure.
No.
Listen, y'all invited me over. Okay, cool. I'll come over and have dinner. That's all right. Doesn't mean I have to bring a bottle of wine or a 6-pack or a bottle of anything for that fact. That's that. Unless you say so. Hey, BYOB, bring a bottle, bring a side item. We'll get the main course. That happens to me a lot. We got the main courses. Come on over for barbecue, whatever. Bring a side item. All right, cool. Tater salad it is.
I've never gone to someone's house and like looked around and said to myself, "That's so dirty here."
Oh,
ugh.
Wow.
What do they have lives? Right? I don't go. Their sheets. They didn't even make their bed. I don't do all that.
Oh, I bet you have.
Look down my
No.
nose at you.
Because life happens.
Depends on the level of the filth, right? If you walk into somebody's house,
If you're
and
a
it looks
hoarder,
like hoarders, yeah, exactly.
I ain't going to your house. I already know
But
you're a
this is-
hoarder.
But this is the first time you didn't realize that they were disgusting people or hoarders until you walk into their house,
Oh,
right?
no. You
get
can read a
totally
hoarder a
thrown
mile
off
away.
guard.
No, you can read a hoarder a mile away.
Hoarder.
Yeah, you can read a hoarder a mile away.
You just tell by the way they dress, their lack of showering,
Or by their vehicle.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure, right? I think absolutely.
But you still don't say anything. You just kind of watch where you sit down, maybe scooch the newspapers or whatever,
Yeah.
paper plates with leftover pizza rolls on them and hang out for a little bit. And I got to go. I got it.
If I'm going to judge, I'm judging, like, I'm going to judge the food.
Mm.
So I'm not going to judge, like, hey, your bed wasn't made.
No.
I'm going to judge, oh my God, you served Brussels sprouts or whatever that is.
Right.
I'm not going to get all like, ugh, you didn't clean for my arrival.
Right. 'Cause you're right. Life happens,
Life
especially
happens.
if you've got small children.
Oh, and you're having a dinner party.
Right. You can expect toys to be all over the place. Now, there's a difference between, a little clutter, kids don't know how to pick up their toys, and your house looks like Ross, dress for less. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I would think if you're hosting a dinner party, you would want to clean up.
You would think.
Yeah.
You would think.
But that's not necessarily true, especially if you're like, hey, come over tonight, we're having pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Pizza feels like there's no cleaning happening.
Yeah, it's okay to have your laundry still piled up on the back of the couch from like 4 days.
You should at least pick it up and throw it on your bed.
Yeah.
Right? Give me a place to sit.
Right. Just move the panties over. It'll be fine.
It's always like, I've gone and I stopped getting in the car with this person when I went to get in their car and they're like, hold on. And they had to like unload a bunch of stuff from the seat and the floorboard into the back seat so I could sit down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you invited me to get in your car.
You should have had that fixed up beforehand.
Or just don't invite me into your car.
I'm with you.
Right? If you don't have a place for me to sit, what are you doing inviting me over?
I just like the company.
I'm not a charity. Yeah. So that would be, I'm judging food. What do you judge? What's your judge when you go to someone's house? If it's
Cleanliness.
like cleanliness.
Probably, yeah. Especially if you're having a dinner party.
Yeah, I might do that too.
Uh-huh.
Gimpy?
Definitely cleanliness. And it doesn't have to be sparkling like you walk in and everything's ting, 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 No. But if you're inviting people over, dinner party, or just to hang out and have a smoke sesh, you might want to just kind of pick up the bulk of
Smoke
things
sesh.
first,
You're so
right?
bougie.
Yeah, right.
You're going over get high and you're like, man, the house was so dirty.
Yeah.
So dirty.
Well, yeah, if you gotta, you can't put your soda down or your water down on the table because it's littered with empty cans.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Right.
talking about, man.
Yeah.
Go get a damn trash bag.
But
Clear off the tables and you'll be fine.
Yes.
I'm not saying you have to run the vacuum.
Right.
All right. Just don't make people come in and be like, oh God. Oh God. And furthermore, Susan, if it smells a little bit, just spray something. Just spray something in the air. You don't want to walk into somebody's house and get hit with a brick wall of stank. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to be careful too. Don't go crazy. right? If you're unloading half a can of Lysol,
right. You're
obviously
covering up a
something
smell.
Yeah.
right?
Which will reveal itself in a
In
little
due
bit.
time.
Yes.
It's not permanent.
It smells like wildflowers and ass.
Yeah. Is it Febreze?
Mhm.
And mold.
Febreze is literally advertised to cover up stink,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
which means you have a problem if there's stink in the
Yeah.
house. What about a toilet bowl that's got a pink ring in it?
I'm not judging that.
Gross.
It's pink mold.
Yeah.
It's mold
Gross.
Yeah.
in the toilet bowl.
Yeah. That's okay.
Ugh.
Now, I mean, there's a difference between is there sitting urine or like, Mr. Hanky, is he taking
Skid
a little
marks.
swim right there?
There's some rubbing is racing.
Right. Like,
Gross.
previous person was a freckler. I get what you're talking about. Yeah. Dude, that happens, bro. That happens in everybody's house. I'm hoping that you would, at least go in there and take that little brush and whirl around a little
Yeah,
bit.
but you didn't.
You didn't, exactly. But I mean, it is what it is. Everybody poops. Everybody has that, whatever you may need a knife for. It's okay.
Bidet, dude. Bidet. Bidet.
Right. I get it. That cleans the skid marks off of your end, but I mean, this is down on the porcelain. I don't think it works like that.
Eat some fiber. 3 charged in kidnapping extortion plot. 3 people have been arrested after torturing a man in a hotel room in Tennessee. It happened on the 21st of this month when police say 25-year-old Jessica Mortensen lured a 25-year-old man to a hotel room. Inside the room, 41-year-old Harry Kingham and 37-year-old Joshua Frazier forced the victim to remove his clothes, then held him at gunpoint while taking him to the bank to withdraw. Good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show, 918-460-KMOD. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Corbin. Happy 25th porn star birthday to Cheryl Blossom. She is a bra buster for sure in hits like Boobs a Poppin', Top a Droppin', Busty Bartender, and Her Sexy Eyes Hypnotize. She's 5'6", only 80 pounds. She has a cup size of 38J.
Yeah, that is a cantaloupe in a sock.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Enormous.
Dang.
Good morning, Gimpy.
Well, good morning, Corbin. Those things are massive. All right, don't forget to join me tonight, 5 to 7 at 4 Aces, 41st and Garnett, to get a chance to get qualified for that Harley Days of May.
Yeah, speaking of getting qualified, you just heard the cue, and Dusty Manning of Sand Springs heard the cue and has a chance to win that 100th year anniversary Harley Davidson Dyno Wide Glide from Steel Horse Motorcycles inside Oklahoma Outdoor World off Route 66 in Sapulpa every hour, all day today. The first one's going to be when you hear Godsmack Soul on Fire about 10:10. So be listening with Mel, who's back from maternity leave, and get qualified for Harley Days of May from Steel Horse Motorcycles in 97.5 KMOD. Let's go ahead and do Top List like we do every week at this time.
It's time for Big Man Morning Show's Top List. Random topics, randomly drawn with random results. Now here's Corbin, Gimpy, and Lindsay with this week's Top List.
This week's top list is worst foods ever. Worst foods ever. And these are foods you don't like. Not like, hey, I don't want to ever eat blood pudding. I've never had it, whatever.
Right.
No, like these are worst foods that you don't like. And maybe other people like them, and that's fine. But for you, worst foods ever. Lindsay, number 5.
Number 5 for me is liverwurst. Can't stand the smell, can't stand the texture. I don't like it how it comes in a tube. It's just gross. And my dad used to eat this on crackers with grape jelly. I just thought it was disgusting. Gross.
I don't think I've ever had liverwurst. Is it just like
pate?
Is like a bologna or something?
It's a little bit softer than bologna.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spreadable.
Spreadable. Yeah. It's definitely an acquired taste.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely an acquired
It's
taste.
gross. And he actually introduced my husband to it with the whole grape jelly thing. And my husband thinks it's delicious. And I'm gross.
Yeah, probably because sweet and salty.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. Number 4, smoked oysters in a can.
You shut your dirty mouth.
Listen, I grew up going camping and we'd go canoeing and stuff and sardines in the can on crackers. I'm all in. That was awesome. I could do that. Smoked oysters. I love oysters, like going to the restaurant and getting them in the half shell, whatever. I can do that. Smoked oysters in a can, however, the smell alone makes me want to barf. And Kevin, again, loves them. Every time you need me to pick up anything from the grocery store, that is the number one thing he says. Yeah, pick me up some smoked oysters. And one of the kids, Leo, loves them as well. And so they will eat them sitting. And if they don't throw away the can, I will wake up in the morning and I will see the can sitting out. I'm so gross. Just disgusting. That smell. I can smell it right now just thinking about it. And
Making me
it
hungry.
just drives me crazy.
Got a can in the pantry that I can't wait to get home and rip into.
They're gross.
Again, something I've never had.
They're gross. They're awful. They're just awful. And they love them.
Oh, yeah.
They just think they are the best snack ever. Yeah, I can't even kiss them afterwards. Like, go brush your teeth first. It's bad. It's that bad. Number 3, Hot Pockets. Why?
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah. Hot Pockets.
Huh.
I can do like the Tostino's pizza rolls. Those I think are delicious. But Hot Pockets,
There's
they're
not much
awful.
of a difference.
I just
Size,
think
man.
they're
Yeah.
awful.
Dude, the breakfast ones are solid. The pizza ones, solid. The beef and cheddar, solid.
Can't do them.
Broccoli chicken, good.
I just think they're gross.
Like, what is it? Is it the breading? Is it the texture? Is it the process? What is
It's
it?
the breading, number 1. I don't like the breading. And I've really never just been a big fan of even the Tostino pizza rolls, really. Like, I have to be starving. Like, otherwise I'm like, make me a pizza. But yeah, it's and I think the ingredients taste cheap and just gross. Even when I was a poor, broke college kid, just give me ramen. Don't give me Hot Pockets.
I don't like the fact that it's boiling hot on the ends, but icy cold right in the center. You know, it just doesn't make much sense to me.
Right.
But I'll still eat the hell
I
out of them.
love. They're good. They're not good for you, but man, I've eaten a good amount of them.
Does candy count?
If
Or
you
does
think
it have to be?
it's food, so
Okay. Then number 2 for me is black licorice. It is the absolute worst. Just awful.
how long is it? How long has it been since you've had black licorice? And here's why I'm asking.
Okay.
I too hate black licorice.
Yeah.
But my is it fennel? It's fennel flavoring.
Okay.
So if you like sausage and things like that,
Okay.
Yeah, I probably, not since I was a kid, have tried black licorice.
how crazy would it be if you suddenly like it?
Right? You didn't like Brussels as a kid.
That is
But
true.
now look at you.
That is true.
Sit next week,
And-
we're bringing in black liquor.
And you're getting older.
Mhm.
And those two things, black licorice and getting older, feel like they go hand in hand.
Mm,
I have tried it. It's still gross.
yeah.
As far as I'm
I'll
concerned.
take your word for it.
But you guys will drink Jaeger, though. That's the fun thing.
Yeah, I don't think they taste the same.
I don't either.
Okay.
I don't either.
Okay.
Number 1 on my list is liver and onions.
Oh.
And my family used to cook that, and just the smell alone, I was like, that smells awful. I like onions. I do. And I think cooked onions and sauteed onions smell delicious, taste delicious. But liver alone is disgusting. I don't like the texture of it. I don't like the smell of it, the taste. It's awful. I have tried it. And in my family, it was always, you can't say something is gross until you've tried it. I tried it once and I didn't need to try it again. It was awful. It was just disgusting.
So maybe we should bring in some black licorice and we'll cook up some liver and we'll just see if your palate's changed since you were a child.
No.
So I ain't about to yuck someone's yum, but I have never had liver and onions. I don't have a desire to eat liver and onions, but I'm surprised you don't because it feels on brand with the whole like hunter thing.
Yeah, it's liver to me is not my jam. It's a texture thing because I like my mom loves it. That was like one of her favorite meals that her mom would make. And she's like, oh, but there's bacon in it too. And try it this way. I'm like, no, I don't like the liver. What don't you understand? Same with black licorice. That's her jam. That's her favorite candy. I'm like, Mom, no. No.
Is it possible that you are channeling some sort of psychological, I don't want to like things my mom likes, that's aiding in the distaste for it?
No, because there are things that when her and I are around, we're like, we have to have this because we're spending this amount of time together. Like we know our favorite snacks that we have to have together. Like
sit there and eat snacks. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. For sure. Like when she comes to visit, I know I'll have to get some like the Boston baked beans, which are the
candy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We love those. And certain chips and dips I'll have to have on hand when she's visiting. So there are some things that we share, but not liver and onions. Ugh. Gross.
Top list, worst foods ever. Gimpy, what do you have for number 5?
Going to number 5, mushrooms. The cooked ones. Once you cook a mushroom and it gets slimy, first of all, I don't understand how people can eat something that smells like feet. Okay? Whatever. It is what it is. And I'm a foot guy. I don't mind sticking a big toe in my mouth. But for whatever reason, it's texture, it's smell, it's taste. You can deep fry it in some delicious batter and dip it in ranch, and that mushroom flavor just kills all of it.
I will buy Sam's Club packages of mushrooms, chop them up and cook them. I eat them with eggs. I'll eat them just for lunch. I'll add them to dinner. I'll eat them as a snack cold.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah,
on pizza. Oh,
on a steak.
Oh yeah, some burgundy. Yeah.
If you want to ruin a food, you'll take number 4 and number 5 and put it on there. Okay. So number 5 is mushroom. Number 4, lemons. I mean, everybody knows my hatred for lemons. It's just, God damn it, I have to talk about it, and now I want to punch a baby. It's that bad. I can feel it. I can taste it. That bitterness, that disgusting. I'm moving on to the next one because I don't want to.
No, I have a question. So you've explained why you don't like mushrooms because they smell like feet, the texture and all that. Where do you land with lemons and the dislike?
What do you mean? I just told you they are disgusting. They're too bitter. Anytime that I just hear or talk about or hear somebody mention it, it brings up that sour taste in my mouth, that tinglingness that goes with it. So
any sour profile?
Pretty much, basically. Lemons is like the king of sour.
What about the scent?
Even the scent. You go piss up a rope. That is disgusting.
Like lemon cleaning
product? No,
product?
Fabuloso is the only cleaning product. Damn it. It smells delicious. Like we were walking out of, we did the CMall giveaway last week, right? And they were cleaning up and they used Fabuloso there at Middleton's. And I go, that smells delicious. I love it. It smells clean. That they use Lemon Pledge or whatever. I'm like, this is gross. Get me out of here as quick as humanly possible. Number 3, finally, canned salmon.
You don't seem like a canned salmon guy.
Well, when we were growing up, we grew up as a poor white children. And Mom made a lot of salmon patties out of the canned salmon, right? And it's a texture. And I like fish. I like seafood. Don't get me wrong, but that does not taste good at all whatsoever. It's been sitting in the can for God knows how long. So the freshness is gone. Okay. The texture that goes with it, it's real mushy yet gritty at the same time because I feel what they do is just they take the salmon and then they put it in a grinder and then just grind up everything.
Exactly.
And then you got pink moosh and then they just into a can, and now we're supposed to mix it up with some kind of breading and then fry it up, and that's a poor meal. I'm out.
And once in a while, you get a little bone fragment in there.
That's what I'm talking about. The gritty. No, that should never be a thing.
Canned meats are not good. Tuna barely cuts.
I don't mind some canned meats. I'm not going to eat like a whole chicken in a can because I feel that's weird. Salmon in a can. Right,
Yeah.
exactly. But like every now and again, like Spam, I'll get some of that every now and again. All right.
Yeah, that's a cured meat, but
that
yeah.
deviled ham that you find in the small little cans in that same section or whatever. Mix that up with some mayonnaise, makes for a great sandwich. It's a little salty, but nonetheless.
Sidebar, there's a guy on TikTok. He's a chef and he reviews people's crazy things and rates them on whether they'd eat it or not. And someone fried Spam and then they did a grilled cheese. And before they smashed the cheese together, they grilled the Spam and put grape jelly on it and then put that in between the grilled cheese. Dude, my mouth is salivating just thinking about it. So you're getting sweet and salty and cheesy.
How high were they when they decided to make that?
I don't know.
High and broke.
I don't know, but I was like, I'm here for that.
I got some bread. I got some cheese. I got Spam.
I love Spam.
Why not just throw some jelly on there? Spam's all right every now and again.
Crispy Spam.
I went back, and this was a couple of years ago, and because I was getting groceries, and I seen the canned salmon, and I was like, you know what? I haven't had that since I was a kid. Let's go ahead and try it. And I got it, and I fried it up, and I said, this is disgusting. I'm never going to do that again. There's a reason why I haven't eaten it since I was a kid, which brings me to number 2. Another thing that I haven't eaten since I was a kid because Mom burnt us out on it, and it's just effing gross as it is. That's Dinty Moore beef stew. That can of whatever byproducts that are in there, I don't think that's real vegetables. I don't think that's real meat. I don't think it's real at all. But they portray it as to be, and it is gross. And that was another one of those things. Mom would get those big ass economy size cans, right? And slop into a pot, let it boil up, maybe get some canned biscuits or something, and that's our meal that's dinner for the night. And did that so many times, it got burnt out on it. The flavor is not there. You need so much salt and so much pepper to even make it worth anything. It is just horrendous. And then number one, I would have never in a million years have eaten this food if it wasn't for this damn show that I'm on, and that is the balut egg.
That's not a real thing, but okay.
You can still get. I can go to the Asian Mart here in town, and I can pick one up, and I can make it. But I don't know why. I don't see it's a dead duck cooked alive inside this egg because the duck is, it's not yolk anymore. It's a little extra.
Yeah, have you ever seen a balut egg, Lindsay? Google balut egg. So you can see.
Yeah.
Google balut egg. And yeah, that is a thing that people eat. It's not as bad as the egg that you bury in the ground for a year.
Century egg.
Yeah, that's way worse.
That's another one. I didn't even think about that.
But that's like worst things you've eaten on the show.
It's still worst foods. It is a food.
I understand.
They eat it on the reg in other countries.
I understand, but that's not something that is on the menu or at the grocery store for you to go get on the reg.
If I can go to any store, an Asian store here in town, and pick it up, to me that qualifies it. So.
It's commonly sold as street food in South China. Wow.
No.
All right.
No.
So we're doing top list worst foods ever. Number 5 for me, I had one on there and I crossed it off just a second ago. And that's sweetbreads. Sweetbreads are not good.
Okay.
That's for those who know, it's organs fried.
Okay. So I don't think I've ever had the sweetbread.
Yeah, it's not good. It's getting fried. It's from not wasting any part of the animal. And so they fry it, but now it's treated as like this awesome thing. And sometimes people get cornered into eating it so they don't look weak.
Right.
It is just not good.
I wonder why they call it sweetbreads.
Because they don't want to call it organs.
Okay.
Right. You put sweet on it. You're like, well, yeah, I would love some sweet.
It sounds more appetizing.
Right.
For sure. Number 4, flan. It just ain't good. It's just not. And it's slimy. I've never been like, oh, flan is so good, or been around people that love it. Most of the time it's connected to some family thing. Yeah, flan is not good.
I had it one time. It was all right. That's about as far as it goes. One time is all I had. That's all I need.
Number 3. And it's number 3 and not number 2 for a reason, is because I can appreciate what it adds to meals in terms of flavor, but I can smell it out the moment it's being cut. and that is green peppers or red peppers. I just don't like it. It is gross. I will eat something, and if I get a bite of green pepper, I will spit the food back onto my plate and be done.
I ain't messing with that no more.
It's so gross. Now, if it's cut up small enough so I don't taste it, okay.
Wow.
I don't even drink Cabernet wine because to me it tastes like green peppers.
Okay.
Huh. I used to snack on green pepper. My grandmother used to buy me just green peppers just to snack on.
Yeah.
Chop them up raw.
Yep.
No dipping, no ranch, no nothing.
Yeah, a lot of people do that. A lot of people do that. And a lot of people are like, well, you need to have red peppers or yellow peppers. Shut your trap. It's all the same. So that's number 3. Number 2, I am somebody who believes that even a food you don't like can be elevated. I'll give you an example. I don't like black-eyed peas, but I've had black-eyed peas where if they're done well, it's good. And that holds true for black-eyed peas. Most people just don't know how to eat black-eyed peas or how to cook them. They just think you put like butter on them, and that's that. And that's lima beans. Lima beans are gross. There is no reason to eat lima beans. They aren't tasty. They smell horrible. They're little packets of mud. They wish they were peas. Peas aren't great, but they wish they were peas. Lima beans, at least peas are sweet.
Right.
Lima beans taste like this.
I like lima beans. I like hominy corn as well, but I mean, I'm sure that's not surprising.
And number 1, there's just people's egos get in the way of this. They're just too proud, or they think there's some sort of creed that comes with eating this to make you, more Southern or some bull crap, some fake thing that isn't real. Because it ain't good. I just read an article this morning about how chefs hate this ingredient. It's gross. It's slimy. It is incredibly easy to grow because it's a weed and it'll multiply. And and that's okra. It's vile. like if somebody was like, I've elevated lima beans, I'd be like, okay, I'll give it a try. If someone was like, I've elevated okra, I'd be like, you mean in the air? Okra, and listen, before you waste energy writing to me via text of how great it is, save yourself. Write someone that you love.
Right.
Because I don't care. It ain't good. There is no way to convince me.
12 okra recipes. Roasted okra.
Grilled
okra.
That's not a recipe.
Fried okra.
Those are cooking methods.
Okra and tomatoes.
Ew.
Hoppin' Johns. Hoppin' Johns, man.
Hoppin' Johns?
Hoppin' Johns.
What's
That's
that?
what it is. Hoppin' Johns is a Southern classic dish that's typically in combination of peas, vegetables, and meat served over rice. Here,
Okay.
black-eyed peas are steeped in a flavorful vegetarian broth with okra spices.
Yeah, it's snip, snap, schnur. It's everything just mixed together.
Which everybody makes it differently. It's all right. Slow cooker crock pot gumbo.
Sure.
More okra recipes.
Gumbo would be the only asterisk, but I don't eat. Nobody eats gumbo because the okra's in it.
Exactly. You need all of those other things.
Right.
It's the spice and the sausage, and
They have okra stew.
There's that delicacy everybody talks about.
Right. Creole chicken okra. Of course,
chicken with okra.
Right. Pickled okra, which I like pickled okra for sure.
My wife loves okra.
Mary.
By the way, there is okra in my house. My wife loves okra. We make Bloody Marys. My wife likes pickled okras in hers.
Right.
And I will buy them for her.
Right.
Because she likes them.
It the entire time.
Oh, no, I don't get it out. I won't get them out.
You want your okra, you get your own damn okra.
Listen, listen, I buy her tampons, and that's pretty much where that ends, too.
Okra curry was another one.
Here's a text. Breaded okra dunked in ketchup. Bitch, it's the ketchup.
Or the breading.
You're covering up okra flavor.
Mm-hmm.
It has no flavor. Then don't eat it. Yeah. Okra. It gets me angry, too, because it's just not good.
Lima beans are another one. That was a good one.
Yeah, lima beans are gross. My dad loved them. And in my house growing up, if dad wanted something for dinner, damn well, everybody's getting it.
Well, yeah.
And you got to sit there, and I would sit there and not eat.
Yeah.
And my parents would be like, you're going to sit there and eat those lima beans, or you won't get up from the table. And I'd be like, challenge accepted.
Looks like I'm sleeping here tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm not joking. They would clean up the kitchen. They would turn off the light. And I'd sit there in the dark and be like, a derp, a derp. My mom would be like, just take one bite.
That's all you need.
And I'm like, nope, they're gross. So now it's personal.
Right.
Now at 48, it's personal. I got some therapy to work out, so no.
Yeah, right.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back.
You're listening to the
That seems pretty simple and plain Jane, right?
Okay.
Haven't found anything yet. Haven't found anything yet. A lot of, these are the 28 best things to know before getting a boob job, or the 10 best dating apps, blah, 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 blah. But nothing in here, fakeboobsonly.com.
Okay, I Googled double D dating website.
Was double spelled out, or you just put two big D's on there?
No, I wrote double D dating website, and there isn't one. One does not come up.
Yeah. I honestly don't think that there are websites that get that specific.
Yeah. On our trademark. On our trademark.
Yeah, absolutely, there needs to be.
People are vain.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So my whole thing, if that was my company, is that you would have to do that across the board. So if you're going to have, doubleddating.com, then you got to have, tubuku.com.
Right. 9 inches or more.com.
Yeah. If whatever that
Whatever
is.
it is, yeah. I'm almost afraid to type that in.
Just like people are into feet. Like there should be a website that if you want to date someone who loves dealing with feet as a woman and you're comfortable, like there are people that's that rowboat has 2 oars,
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What did you find?
Is there one?
Fatu. It says foot fetish dating platform. Feet worship and femdom chat. Fetish sex dating, the online kink community.
Yeah, I mean,
there's. I was just looking for dating sites
I guess,
about foot fetishes.
I guess that'd be a subgenre of BDSM, right? So
yeah, sure. Footfetishdating.com. Click. Footfetishmatch.com. So they do have websites that will get down into it in certain aspects, in certain areas. Giant schlongs or, mega boob isn't one of them. But feet. Why?
Lindsay, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but basically they want to know, are any of them still single? I'm 5'2", 120 pounds, pleasant on the eyes, and very capable of intelligent conversation. For the record, if you write that in there, I know you're not. Just saying, because if you were, you'd say something intelligent.
Yeah.
What do you think, Lindsay? How do you find a well-endowed man or person?
I don't know.
Oh, your
I
poor
mean,
husband.
I would say I found mine. I'm
There,
not looking.
too late.
Yeah.
All right. What's done is done.
So I would say maybe join a matchmaker. Ask a matchmaker to help you out. I feel like that would be something that would be on a matchmaking site.
Right, but don't you think there's room for fibbing on that?
Yeah,
You get to
definitely.
embellish a lot on those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Picture of you and a dog, and they're like, oh, where's your dog? I don't have a dog.
Mhm.
Oh, there's a picture of you on your dating profile. Yeah.
About that. That was my friend's dog, and I
Yeah.
thought it would just,
It's a great picture of me.
bring you in.
They do say that people with dogs in their profile pictures
Totally.
get lots of hits.
You want to, if you're a single guy, there are 2 ways to pick up women, in my opinion.
Mm.
A dog in a park.
Mm-hmm.
Go to a dog park. You will find probably a woman with a dog.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I hope so.
Offer
Yeah.
to pick up your friend's kids at school where you have to walk in.
Oh, yeah. Single mom, single dad.
Just saying. Right? That would be the way to do it. All right. But Lindsay, well endowed.
Yeah, I would say get on a match. Hire a matchmaker. Hire a matchmaker. I don't think you're ever going to just find someone well endowed unless you are looking on someone's OnlyFans page, maybe. I would say a guy that has some junk is going to start his own page if he's single.
Gimpy.
I don't know. I don't know where to start, and I don't want to know where to start. So my advice to this person is figure it out your damn self. All right? Go find somebody and ask them if they got a big schlonger. And if the answer's yes, then okay, well, you're going to have to figure it out for yourself, but then there you got your answer. But I don't know. I have never searched for a guy with a huge schlong. I have no desire to search for a guy with a huge schlong. Now I'm out. I have no advice for you.
If you asked me where to find information on molecular science, I wouldn't be able to help you. Nor am I a resource for this. I'm just making an assumption. You might be focusing on the wrong thing.
Eyes up here, lady.
Yeah.
Right? If your objective's just to get that, go to the bar and ask guys.
Absolutely.
They will gladly tell you. And be ready to call them out on it. Because every guy is going to say they're a horse. That the Jolly Green Giant ain't got nothing on them.
When I had first pierced mine way back when I was in high school, you're proud of it. And I was talking to this gal, Amber, I think is what her name was. And I was telling her about it. Oh, yeah, penis is pierced, did it myself, blah, blah, blah. Let's it. Okay. So I had no choice but to present myself to her. Oh, it just goes to prove his point. You're going to have to be prepared for them to, whip it out.
Yeah. You're going to have to be very assertive. Did you end up sleeping with her?
No, I didn't.
Interesting.
Why you say that?
I asked for the dessert tray. I'm getting dessert.
Not if it's ugly.
I don't know anything about that. Mind-reading brain implant allows man to talk again. A 36-year-old patient who's being known as Pancho is the first person to try a mind-reading brain implant that lets him, quote, speak. He was paralyzed from the neck down by a stroke at the age of 20, and the device has allowed him to communicate at around 7 words per minute, despite only being able to move his eyes. After all that time, he did have something important to tell the researchers. They put the implant in. What do you think the first thing he said was?
Hello.
It's fantastic. I'm obviously asking because it's not hello.
Can I get a churro?
I'm hungry.
Not far off.
Uno cerveza, por favor.
I think they're just calling him Pancho. Not sure of his ethnicity.
Just saying. Why else would they call him Pancho?
This hospital food sucks.
Nice.
Well, I mean, he's speaking the truth.
He's like, if I could just tell him about the hospital food. Guys, I think it's working. He's about to say his first words. Everybody gather around. Good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show. 918-460-KMOD. Can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. I know Conspiracy Theory Thursday is over, but I did have another one I wanted to bring up. This happens in New Jersey. Hundreds of pounds of cooked pasta has inexplicably appeared along a creek bed in the woods.
That's weird.
Mounds and mounds of pasta have mounds. I'm not embellishing. I'm going to send you a picture. It is a ridiculous amount of pasta that has shown up in New Jersey. 300 to 400 pounds of pasta.
Oh my goodness. All types,
too.
too.
Yeah, I see some regular traditional spaghetti. I see a little bit of those wagon wheels, I think.
Yeah.
There's some squigglies.
Some ZT.
Yeah.
Okay, so somebody is either pulling a prank and decided to buy and cook a bunch of pasta, or it's a restaurant.
Okay, let's start with just the first step.
Okay.
Buying that much pasta.
Yeah.
Sam's Costco. Okay.
Yeah.
Getting it home. Gonna need a friend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Boiling water for this.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I guess you could store it in a garbage bag to take, but then you're heaving it.
Right. And dragging your slimy pasta that's probably dripping, you know?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then
Yeah.
you're like, this type of stuff that makes me believe in aliens.
The aliens don't like pasta either.
They're like, these guys are boring. Watch this. Let's put some pasta right here. It's a crazy amount of pasta.
Yeah, it's insane.
It is. I'm a big fan of commitment to the bit, and this is commitment to the bit.
For real.
Yeah.
They've got to do it again. This time, rice, some basmati, maybe some jasmine,
right?
A little bit of brown. How about some wild?
I don't think I've ever seen so much spaghetti in one spot before.
It's crazy how how much it is.
It looks like a pile of hay. Is what that looks like.
These are big piles. They've got to be 3 feet wide, and then it is probably 20 feet long.
They look like the piles of leaves that you would rake up as a kid to jump in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe this was like some sort of like someone making a video for their YouTube channel or something. Like they were going to try to do a pool of pasta to jump in.
Okay.
You know?
Oh, pasta wrestling that
Oh.
got canceled.
Elks Lodge, too much pasta made for the pasta dinner.
I can see it.
Okay.
I could totally see that. They're like, man,
where's the sauce?
We didn't need this much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was a sauceless day.
And who's doing your calculations? Because you were way over.
Right. Well, those thick Coke bottle glasses couldn't see. Maybe fat fingered an extra 4.
Right now, somebody that's young that's in the Elks Lodge is like, hey.
Well, get it together, man.
I mean, the amount of money. So a thing of pasta is probably maybe a buck. We'll just say a buck, right?
Yeah.
We could say $1.50, but for easy math, we'll say buck. And then I don't know how much it doesn't make. It makes maybe, I'll say a third of a pound, maybe.
Okay.
Right? So you would need $6 maybe just to get a pound. Maybe it makes more than that weight wise, because once the water's added,
right, it all expands.
It weighs more. But that is a ton of the work. And they're eventually going to find out who it was and put him in the penitentiary.
God, I hope so. I want to know why.
Nothing. Okay. Penitentiary.
Peneg. Got it. Got it. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Hey, I don't know what you want from me.
Well, you need to work on your pasta jokes.
Yeah, true on that. I mean, even if it was a prank, the whole thing with pranks is I would think you would need to take credit at some point.
Well, of course you would want to. That's like a terroristic attack. All the terrorist groups are like, I want to get credit for that. Maybe they just trying to feed the homeless. Gone wrong. They just like, hey, we're going to feed the homeless. What we're going to do is I know there's a camp down here, and we're just going to cook up all this pasta. And we'll throw it on the ground, and if they want it, they want it. And if they don't want it, well, something will eat it.
There's a story from a few years back where there was 2 huge piles of fully peeled oranges.
That's why.
No peels, just the oranges.
Just the oranges.
Peeled.
So they needed the orange peel. Okay, so this is like the Muffin Top episode on Seinfeld, right? They had all those stumps left over. They didn't know what to do with them. They tried everything they could to get rid of the stumps. So after going to landfill to landfill, they probably just like, you know what? I can't get rid of all this pasta. Nobody wants to take it. I'm just going to dump it along this creek bed.
And if you cook that much pasta, do you go the full 9 to 11 minutes?
Well, yeah, you'd think.
Or do you let it go, just south of al dente?
I'd go, me personally.
Like, were you trying it going, still a little too much? There's a little stickiness to the teeth there.
Right.
Yeah.
Probably. Man,
Yeah.
what a waste.
It's a great picture, though,
Mhm.
of pasta. Take a break. We'll be back.
Tulsa's morning show is coming right back.
Falls off. Like, that's how
Yeah.
top.
It's a big one. It's a honker.
Yeah. Yeah. Just out of curiosity, do you know how much it is?
How much, like, price-wise?
Yeah.
Yeah, $699.95 plus tax.
I go to a sex shop and I'm like, $30.
Yeah, right? Right? I'm not going to spend $700 for something that'll just sit in the corner and get dusty.
A lot of people, it's payday today, and you're like, whoo, dog, been safe.
Valentine's Day's coming up.
Hey, man, we're going out. Can't. Saving up. Saving up. Got to get a sex toy. Would you rather get your ass beat once a day, every day for the rest of your life in front of your spouse and kids, or go to prison for 2 years? Lindsay.
Go to prison for 2 years.
So you wouldn't miss your 2 years of your kid's football game?
Yeah. I don't want to get my ass beat
2 years of
every
birthdays?
day.
2 years of Christmases?
I mean, how bad are we talking? How much pain am I going to be in?
Doesn't matter. You're
How
just
much
getting your ass beat.
suffering?
Doesn't matter.
An ass beat hurts.
Yeah. Like, am I going to have a busted eye? Am I going to be able to see? Am I going to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how bad is this beat down?
Yes, to all those questions. It's an ass
Yeah.
beating.
So just give me prison for 2 years.
Okay, Gimpy.
Take the ass beating. I think that after the first week or two, you just become numb to it. You come to expect it. All right. You're like, all right, 2:00, time for my daily ass beating. Wife, kids, come on, gather around. Dad's about to get his ass kicked. And then let him take 5-10 minutes out of their day to whoop my ass, beat me to a bloody pulp. All right, Frank. See you tomorrow about the same time, same ass kicking time. And then walk by on my way,
Yeah. I feel like I'm picking the ass kicking too, because logistically, okay, a couple factors here. One, logistically, who are you going to find someone to show up every day? It ain't happening.
Right.
It ain't happening.
Mhm.
You got haircuts.
Right.
You got doctor's appointments. You got that Zoom meeting.
Well, I mean, there's a lot that can go into it. One, it could be a different person every day.
Sure.
Right. And it doesn't matter what you're doing. Let's just say you're getting your haircut at 2:00 and it's time for your ass kicking. Well, you're getting your ass kicking in the middle of your haircut, or you're going to have to pause to get your ass kicking.
Yeah.
And then go back to your haircut.
I'm not saying me have the haircut. I'm saying people, life happens, right?
Okay.
And then what if the guy that, let's just say it's one person and he does it for 5 years and then he gets hit by a car and dies? Like, then what? Do you have an open call? Right? Let's say it's volunteer and people are like, well, I want to kick Corbin's ass. Great. That's going to work good for about the first year or so. And then people are like, okay. And maybe people are going to show up and watch. And then after a while, like, all right, enough's enough.
Yeah.
Right? So I feel like the ass kicking is the pick.
However, what if the ass kicking is so bad that one day you're getting your ass kicked and it causes internal bleeding and you don't even know it, and then you end up dying from the ass
Well,
kicking?
then your ass beating is done because it's for the rest of your life.
Yeah. And they're going to jail for murder at that point.
But you're dead.
So will they be. And insurance premium. Come on. It's all good. Right? To me, there's just too much logistics with the ass kicking every day. And you're going to go to jail and get your ass kicked every day.
True statement.
Maybe not.
There's a good chance you're going to have to change who you are as an individual to go to jail for 2 years. You're going to have to jeopardize your virtues.
Either way, something is happening with your ass.
If you've heard me talk about jacuzzis, butt soup,
Yeah. You're not a fan.
they're disgusting. Well, the CDC has issued a statement about them because of the high infection bacteria that is in public jacuzzis. E. coli, lots of vowels and stuff in these words that I'm not going to say. Pathogens can cause gut infections, diarrhea, septicemia, skin infections, urinary tract infections, Legionnaire's disease. Legionella bacteria are particularly found in water droplets within the hot tub steam, and inhaling them the contained steam can lead to development of life-threatening pneumonia. Just being in the room. That's how bad they are. But listen to this. And I knew this, but they explain it a little differently. The CD says that if you want to enjoy a hot tub or jacuzzi, there is a way to telling if it's safe or not.
Okay.
And there are clear signs of a germ-filled jacuzzi when urine and other bodily fluids, such as sweat, mix in with the chlorine used to disinfect jacuzzis. It creates an irritant and a pungent chemical called chloramine, which is what causes sore eyes when swimming in pools.
Right.
The more bathers that deposit their bodily fluids, the stronger the smell of chloramine, which... Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show. Hey, don't forget, Cinco de Mayo, tomorrow, we're going to be at Los Cabos and Jinx for their 18th annual Cinco de Mayo block party. 5 to 7. I know it's hard to look outside and feel like that'll be a thing, but I promise it'll be awesome.
Oh, yeah. Be all gone by tomorrow.
All right, Lindsay, what'd you learn today?
I learned that if you think the mothership is scary, wait until you see the fathership when he gets home. And also, it looks like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, the live version, is being filmed in Jersey.
Gimpy, what'd you learn today?
I learned that Corbin wants to see him catch balls. I also learned that Lindsay doesn't like her meat in the tube form.
I have 2 pastas. They're going to solve that pasta thing. They just need to put their noodles together.
Yeah.
And they had the guy. Turns out he was in pasta. It's Corbin saying, make sure that dishwasher's loaded right.
It's Lindsay. Stop tracking my cycle.
This is Gimpy, and I'm sorry.
There is a ransom.
Oh, yeah? What is it?
Penne.
Can I get an encore? Do you want more? Cooking.
Yeah. You got it on your hands. You start licking your fingers afterwards.
Gross. I love useless information.
Oh, yeah.
I'm constantly on the hunt for it. And the amount of useless things I cultivate and put to the side and never use is endless. And then when it's time to recall it, I'm like, I know a thing. So these are some of those. I don't know. Have you ever been to the park and fed the ducks or the geese or whatever?
Yeah.
What do you take?
Bread, crackers,
Bread,
or
right?
whatever. Yeah, whatever's left over in the pantry about to expire.
Sour cream and onion chips or bugles or whatever.
Well, apparently giving bread to ducks is really bad for them because it ruins their digestive system.
Yeah.
So you're killing ducks.
Like, I don't care.
So now when you go and you see that, just laugh that those people are killing ducks. So this one's a little deep, so bear with me. Control, Shift, and T will restore an accidentally closed tab. So if you've ever been on your computer and a tab closes, Control, Shift, and T will bring that tab back.
Well, that's fun.
And Control, Alt, Shift, T will bring back a window you accidentally closed.
That's a lot to be pressing at one time.
For you, yes.
Hey.